Hey, y'all already know what it is. It is your favorite blurred click, ready to talk blurred shit. And yes, we have our Saturday morning show, but we didn't get a chance to really finish our House of Dragon chat, at least for episode 3. And I know episode 4 is popping soon, so we at least wanted to go ahead and go through an entire breakdown of this, without the abbreviations or the introduction or the interruptions. So without further ado, there's one person that I know who can break this down unlike any other, and that person happens to be here on screen with us today. Hi. Oh, it's you. It's Yazzie. What's going on, Yazzie? Hey, yes, I'm assuming that you did get an opportunity to see the this most recent episode of House of Dragon, right? I'm assuming you did. So,
I have missed it.
And I was just wondering, since you did get a chance to see it, if you wouldn't mind, if you wouldn't be so kind as to
break it down.
Okay, y'all. House of Dragon. Woo-hoo! Episode 3. We on season 2. My fucking god. So out the gate, okay. We're on season 3, episode 3.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make. I wasn't sure. Yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's
right.
fine. It's fine. Whatever. Season 2 and 3 is whatever. We in season. Okay, 3 is the episode. Y'all need to peep this shit because out the gate, okay, my man Daemon done showed up on the field with 3 dragons, not 1, not 2, but 3, and he's over here talking business. Like, I'm sorry, we own the crown, and y'all just need to submit and or die. These are your options. So we're gonna meet up with Lord Aemon, the Lord of the High Towers that we are trying to knock down. And this motherfucker thinks he is so damn smart. He gonna find out real soon how he is not. So we on this field, we meeting up, and Daemon's like, so here are your choices. You can go in peace and submit and bow the knee and go on and live your lives, whatever. Or you can die. These are your options. What are we going to do? Of course, this man rides out like a, King Valiant, and he just bends that knee to Daemon. But on these terms, Daemon's like, I want your nephew. Go get his ass. Prince Regent, little Daemon Targaryen, get his ass here right now. Submit. Okay, Ormond just, bring on the boy. And he comes out, and we assume this is the Prince Regent, right? Okay, so we're off, and Ulf is just hanging out, and he's on his dragon, and Daemon's like, Ulf, do you want Old Town? Because you could be the new lord if they don't submit. You know what I'm saying? This is like it happened. Ulf's just sitting there like, if he don't bitch slap me again, I'm gonna sit here and say yes, sir. So while we're waiting, Rhaenyra's in the castle and she is seeing motherfucking ghosts. This bitch has, bro, the grief that this woman is going through, the turmoil, you can just see it. And I'm not going to lie, kudos to this actress because she is absolutely amazing. Like, I'm talking about, I feel every emotion she is trying to convey. Like, just absolutely. Rhaenyra Targaryen, this woman needs to get all of the goddamn awards because this performance in season 3 has been nothing but moving. The grief that she has portrayed, undeniably amazing. And she's seeing her son in the castle. She's dealing with all of the things that, now a queen has to deal with. She has subjects of many different statures that she needs to see what's going on. Everyone needs to come and figure out what we need from the king, or in this case, the queen. And she's just trying to do what she can do while she's grieving, which is, not gonna lie, is bad. Because as Rhaenyra says, there's ghosts in the air. Oh my God. So Daemon returns back and he's like, listen, I got the boy. You should kill his ass. Because technically, he's your brother, and he's also heir to the throne eventually if you die, and his succession could fuck shit up. So you should just murder the boy right now. Here he is. And she's like, but he hasn't done anything. He's He's just done his duty. I, as a mother, can't just murder it. And his brothers are the ones who I want to murder. I don't want to murder this innocent boy, even though we just murdered his grandfather in cold blood. So, you know, we're going about the castle trying to figure out, but Rhaenyra's mind is on, I'm the queen. Where's my fucking coronation? Right. I want the bells. I want the whistles. I want the tourneys. Bring on the jousting. Let's get the murdering going. Okay. Ride that horse back. Unfortunately, though, the crown is broke. The master of coin, well, the old master of coin before he died, he actually took out the entire treasury and moved it to an undisclosed place. And no one knows where the fuck it's at. Not even the old, Queen Regent. Allison's just sitting there like, yo, they didn't tell me shit. I don't know where your money's at. Can I fucking go? Because I did what you asked, okay? I did what I said I was going to do. Aemon has fled. Motherfucker's gone. We don't know where he is, okay? And, I mean, Aegon, I mean, like, who even would recognize him? He's burned. He's literally like, you know what I'm saying? He don't even look like the king. And if he tries to say he is, I mean, obviously someone will kill him because, I mean, like, how is anyone going to believe that? Jasper, he can't build this man up. He's done. Rhaenyra don't want to hear that shit. She's like, listen, you my prisoner, and you're just going to sit the fuck tight, you and your little daughter. Yeah, hang out. I'll be back. We got to figure some shit out. Because my celebration is fucking going on. And wow, you know, she's walking around in the castle. There's a fucking rat problem, bro. Like everywhere. Like they just got rats in the castle. It's fucking nasty, bro. Just like scurrying around and shit. There ain't no rat catchers because Aegon done killed them all. What the fuck? So these people are hungry. The queen's like, I want to party because I'm the queen, and I don't give a fuck. Like, go get some money. Let's fucking call on our lords. Everyone. Tell everyone I want their money. Then on top of she's like, you know what? Someone needs to bring me motherfucking Aemon's head. I will actually pay a tribute if someone brings me Aemon's head, but she ain't got no money. This bitch is like really turned a new leaf. Like she's like, I'm offering a reward that I don't have for the person that I need for my revenge. Let's do this. But the crown ain't got no money. They can't even feed their people. Everyone's starving. We're eating rats and God knows what. And Rhaenyra is the cause of this because of the war and the blockade. So yeah. The people, the common people are in complete turmoil, and Rhaenyra's over here trying to plan her coronation. Fuck the bullshit. But Alicent is over here like, bro, can I just go? You blame me and me only for the work, for what men have done. I just want to go. Can I just take my daughter and go? You know what I'm saying? She's like, bro, I don't want to be your prisoner. Like I did as you asked. Let me leave. But little does she know, her son that she ain't even seen in the past 5 to 6 years is in this building. He's a prisoner, right? Literally like right next door to her ass. She don't even fucking know this shit. So, what are we to do? I think the only thing that we can do is go get Joffrey. I need an heir. We need to legitimize. This is some queen shit. Go get my bastard child from the Vale and tell him I need him now because he's going to be my new heir. We have to get all of our ducks in line because we have bastards on the dragons. We need a bastard to claim the throne, and I'm trying to make things legitimate so everyone knows that I have the rightful claim to my throne. But there's only one small problem with that. Lord Corlys is like, hey, queen, you want to have dinner at my house? Well, what little is left in my house? And he's like, I have a request for you, my queen. One simple request. In case you didn't know, these are my bastard children. I want them to be legitimized like your bastard children were. Like I took them on as my heir. My heir is gone. I need a new heir. These are my heir. I crown Alan to be the new heir of the sea snake. And he's like, she's like, okay. Yes, we can discuss this. as she clearly is not making this decision rightfully in her right mind, because look at the woman's face. She is literally going through hell. And she's got everybody asking her questions. The common folk are literally lining up to ask her for food, for money, for everything. Like, what is there not that people have asked? But we do have one noble born that comes up and is like, my queen, I have one thing I need to profess. I myself am also guilty, but I just want you to be aware. The noble are stealing from the poor. They're hoarding food in their storehouses because of the blockade. You have caused stir and panic above all of your people, and then now you're here to save us. But your noble-born people who have everything they motherfucking need are like, I'm gonna go buy all the shit that the poor people are gonna eat. Because they don't need to live. They're fucking poor people. Why do we need them? We're scared. Our children are hungry. We need to protect our families. Meanwhile, the common folk are literally eating rats in the streets and the gutters while they're scourging food. Rhaenyra is like, oh, okay, I see you. Okay, thank you. And she obviously goes into council, with her new council, which is very interesting because we find out that Mysaria becomes the new master of whisperers. So now her and David are going to keep fighting on the court, which is going to be some fucking beautiful tea, because these two are like fucking two, divorced couples just going the fuck at it all the time. Like they each have their own very strong opinions, but each one of them is wrong in their own rightful opinions. It is literally the best arguments. But Rhaenyra is just like, I just need to know what I need to do. You guys aren't fucking being helpful. Why? This is your one job, to be helpful, to agree. No, can't even get that from her court now. Her last court she dumped because she couldn't count on them. Now this court, she's like, I'm pulling at the strings, y'all. I'm about to unwind. Nobody's here. Nobody's here to lend a hand to Rhaenyra. So then Rhaenyra is like, okay, well, thank you, my lady, for letting me know of the discretions of the rich people. I will, co-counsel. But in the meantime, everyone's poor, everyone's hungry. We should go and look for the Kingswood for food. Now, this is the most blasphemous thing that could come from a king or queen's mouth, because the Kingswood is sacred. We don't hunt animals in the Kingswood, not even when we're poor and hungry. This is a new low for the kingdom. I just want everyone to be aware of this, okay? We're not allowed to hunt boars because, they're sacred. We are not allowed to hunt stags, but you can eat the rabbits. Absolutely.
Right.
Go ahead. If you're hungry, go do that. I'm the queen. I say go do it.
Rabbits.
Yes, literally. And guess what? I'm going to throw a banquet for all the high people, the highborn people, and I'm going to feed them what the low people eat. And she literally did. This bitch called upon all of her great houses in her kingdom and was like, let's have a beautiful dinner. Oh, dinner is served. Here you go. It's rats. Enjoy.
I love it. I love it.
You have literally stolen from the poor, so now you will eat like the poor. And by the way, I'm robbing your fucking houses. My King's Guard is robbing your houses as we speak. And there's nothing you can do about it. Thank you for being loyal subjects. This is your way of paying tribute.
I love it.
Hats off fucking to Rhaenyra, dog. That was some OG shit right here. Everyone's just like, but my queen.
Yeah.
But what about me? What about my food? Fuck you and your food, bro. Fuck you and your food. And then of course they gotta be one man. That's gotta be like, oh, my queen, I was so impressed by your actions. It was beautiful. Torrin Mandalay had to step up and let the queen know about how beautiful her new way of showing the lords how she was going to run her kingdom and what she expects is going to go down. And guess what? He also decided to remind her that it's her fault why the highborn is stealing from the lowborn, because her blockade caused all of the bread shortage.
Yeah, that part.
You know what? That's a great thing to remember, because she, She gonna hold a grudge against that motherfucker for sure.
Go a grudge. That's it.
Hold a grudge. Yeah, she's the queen. I don't think Mandalee. Do you remember any Mandalees in the past? Because I don't. I just want to throw that out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hell have no fury like a woman scorned, bro. That was the wrong fucking time. So yeah. But anyway, we're gonna knight these men because I need legitimacy. They're all bastards. We need to give them some names. So Ulf is like, I don't really have an Targaryen, and Daemon's like, bro, hell no. Rhaenyra's like, nice try. Another. And as this man is thinking about it, you can see just well, my hair is white, so white. So Ulf is now Ulf the White. Hugh is the Hammer. And now we have Adden of Hull. New knights in the kingdom. And what is the first motherfucking thing one of the knights do? Hugh is like, my queen, you did promise me and my lady some land.
Mm-hmm.
And it's owed. When is it going to be due? And she's like, well, where is your wife? Oh, she fled because there was nothing here for her. Well, go send for her. Okay. Mm-hmm. But then when is my house going to be here? Well, old Valyria. Y'all can have old Valyria. And well, I don't have shit. I don't have a Kingsguard. I don't have, fucking a coronation. I'm working on it, and I will let you know at this point because we don't have shit right now. So how can I give you shit if I don't got shit? Who's gonna help you take over this new house and keep it? That's not what he wants to hear. He's just like, oh, okay, my queen, thank you. But meanwhile, everyone just keeps asking this bitch for shit. And then finally, we're racking our brain about what to do with Elena, what to do with Alicent, what to do with this little fucking this heir to the throne that's in the house that we got right now. And Daemon's like, babe, you need to kill that motherfucker. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say this to you, but you need to kill that motherfucker. And she's like, okay, well, while you're busy on that, I'm gonna give you a task because obviously you need something to do. She's like, go to the Vale and go get my money. Go tell the Vale I want my money. But meanwhile, I'm gonna send your daughter and Adam to go and search for, Sheep Stealer because I'm still looking for who the fuck is Sheep Stealer. Meanwhile, she's sending her husband to go find his daughter with Sheep Stealer. The plot just fucking thickens, bro. It's insanity. It's fucking insanity. Literally. And while we're, our Lord husband's out of the house, we're trying to think, should I kill this boy? What should I do? What would my father do? My father is a noble man. He always said that too much power can be bad. What can I do with this child who has done nothing wrong? Oh, wait a minute. We have some place to send people we don't want, but they can be useful. The Wall. That's where I'm gonna send your ass. You are gonna, bro. That's what it is. You're gonna be part of the Wall people. I can't remember their name right now. What are they called?
I don't know. I thought it was just the Wall.
No. They're called something.
Hello, help. Muted. The
black something. The black something.
The black is the oath they take.
The
Night's Watch.
Night's Watch. Yes. Oh my God. Thank you. Okay. The Night's Watch. Yes. Okay. So man's joining the Night's Watch. You will give your honor to your kingdom, and I'm saving your life. You should be grateful. We're gonna do that. But before I send you off, your mother would like to see you because I did tell her you were here. Because I seeked her counsel because I'm so fucked up because everyone keeps asking me for shit and I don't know what to give them. I don't know what to fucking do. But I did just give the poor a bunch of food. So, I mean, I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? But I'm failing and trying. So give a bitch some credit because, you know what I'm saying? I stole from the rich to give to the poor. Okay? I'm fucking Robin Hood in my own kingdom. God damn it. Okay?
Yeah.
Fact.
But traumatized. That's the key point though. Just the traumatization on my face, holds no bounds. So I just want everyone to know this is shit I do for my people, even traumatized. I'm putting my shit on hold. My son died. I'm supposed to have a coronation, but I'm feeding my people first though. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna feed my people first. So while we, Allison has this beautiful reunion with her son she hasn't seen in 5 years, we actually find out that you can bleach a little boy's hair blonde and white. Really? That's so fucking astonishing. Rhaenyra, like the look on her face at like figuring this out, like, damn it, I could have literally lied and said that my kids were fucking. I didn't even think about that. No, not one motherfucking person that worked for me in this castle thought about that when that brown hair babies popped out of my vagina, bro. All of them. What the fuck? Yo, I'm just saying. At that point, she should have been like, Maester, you gonna die. Because you fucking knew you could have. What? Bro, the look on her face at realizing they fucking bleached this boy's hair. She was like, this dude was like, are you fucking serious? Right? Like she was pissed. She was about to scalp that boy for that hair, bro. You should have seen her face. She was like, are you what the fuck? Like the epiphany was beautiful. So Rhaenyra's giving me all the feels, bro. Like I'm so caught up in Westeros right now. I'm just like, yo, this ride that she's on is a fucking roller coaster, and I'm fucking here for it, bro. Like for real. And then she's like, should I just kill him? Because I'm pissed. Like,
right.
Fuck going to the fucking wall, taking the black oath. I'm gonna still motherfucking kill this motherfucker. And then she's like, wait a minute, I've been deceived. What kind of game is Lord Armand playing of the fucking high towers? And then guess what happens? She's all thinking things are good, trying to figure out that what to do about getting played. She's already pissed. And then guess what? Knock, knock, knocks, Queenie. There's a little someone at your door. It's your people. And he's like, my queen, I barely escaped. They took over my queen. And she's like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, why aren't you like over where you need to be at right now? You know what I'm saying? And he's like, because Lord Ormond has taken over Tumbleton and he's holding all the people hostage. He took the young dragon hostage. He brought him in the castle. And he's burning the people. He's killing us, queen. Help me. I barely escaped. She's over here like, this motherfucker. But like she does it in like a queenly way. It's really good. And then, oh my God, this bitch is like, I'm just gonna burn all of these motherfuckers down. He's like, but queen, your people are in there. What about us? And she's like, God damn it, everyone just keeps throwing these motherfucking bro, I see a path. Y'all like, nah, let's go left. Let's, everyone's trying to derail this bitch on her plans. She cannot at all make a decision because everyone's like, well, what about this? You're gonna kill him and kill your people. Then you're gonna have nobody train your dragons. Like, what the fuck you gonna do? Like, we the people that train your dragons, you're gonna burn us alive. We speak the old language. They're the only peoples that speak the old language still. You gonna burn us? Because that's what the dragons speak is the old language. So what you gonna do, bitch? Because they got your baby dragon. They got all your people. Like, you fucked right now. You so fucked, it's not even funny. Like, even if you got 6 dragons, you ain't got no future with dragons. Eventually, they'll die. That's what this man came to her doorstep and said. But also, I need water because I'm burned. So help me out, Queenie, because it's a long journey to tell you all this information. You know what I'm saying?
Holy shit.
Yeah. This ending was insanity. And as she finds this out, she's watching every item of the high tower that was in her castle burning before her. So she's just watching what she's ultimately going to be foreshadowing in the future. Fire.
Fire burn.
That's a wrap, y'all.
Yo, come on, man. That not with the, you know what I'm saying? The full on all the way through. You know what I'm saying? From front to back, open credit to end credit, man. You know we all love it when you break it down. Break it down. So nice I did it twice. All right, man. Hey, sincerely appreciate that. I know, Yazzie, you probably got a skittle about it here, you know what I'm saying? So ain't gonna keep you too much, but man, I just gotta just once again, just nobody do it like nobody full on like yo.
Break it down.
It gets better. Like it's a whole segment. It's one of the longest lasting segments we've had on here. So I don't, look, let me push you out the door because you just like me, man. We'll find a way to talk. So thank you, Yazzie. You know we love it when you break it down. Yo, Yazzie's on. Yo, can't do it no better, man. Oh, okay, cool. Hey, listen. She said a lot of stuff, all right, but there's a lot more still left on the plate of this Game of Thrones. Excuse me, this House.
Still some meat on the bone.
Yeah. There's a lot left here. So, but some of it, I feel like I have controversial takes. Maybe not controversial, but possibly takes that might make folks look at me a little different because I don't know. I have different different viewpoints of certain things. So I'm gonna start with the dinner. All right, the dinner that I loved.
I think
she
you
cooked them. Where she cooked them, they cooked. She cooked the rat and served it to the people, and I thought that was one of the dopest things. And what I love about that is that one moment, my man. I see you. I see you. All right, I see my man pulled on up. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna bring you in. I'm gonna let you get yourself together. Let me finish this thought right quick. So what I love about this is how it shows what I think is it's easy to miss is the play for the ploy for the people that she's going for. You know what I'm saying? Like it shows the difference between a reign from her and a reign from Daemon, who Daemon keeps saying shit like, what the fuck? Let this shit go. Like, yeah, that's not our problem. And she's like, nah, I gotta, this is who we are. And even if it ain't real, even if it's just an act, that act is important, it's significant. And this act didn't have to go down like this. She could have called them in and be like, look, I'm gonna tell y'all what it is. The people ain't happy. Look, y'all gonna have to come up. They robbing y'all. The whole act of having the rats cooked and shit, like when you kept seeing the rats throughout the episode, you knew they was gonna be used in some kind of way. We just ain't really know what it was. And to see that this what it was, I was like, all right, you did that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I did kind of come to think about how it would be on a larger life scale, right? So in state of Florida, which you lived for a little while, right? We get hurricanes down here. You know what I'm saying? Like in St. Louis, we get tornadoes. But tornadoes are different because they happen in the snap. Like I was in St. Louis when I got a tornado alert, not warning, like alert. Like look over your shoulder. and had to take my family to my cousin's house. In Florida, you get days leading up to it, sometimes a week or so. It starts being on the news. And what happens? When it's a big one, then you got to go get your water. You got to get your gas. You got to get everything filled up. And so a small part of me was thinking about the people that don't go get the water, don't go get the, don't get the gas filled up, and then be tripping and complaining the days after when we got no power. Talking about, man, everything was bought out. Like, well, yeah, but you also, you didn't come to the ark when it was flood, when the rain started coming down. So a small part of me, I'm not trying to side with the rich folks. That's not what I'm saying. Because ultimately what it sounded like they said is they went and bought up all of the shit and just kept it and just was hoarding it. I'm wondering though, this is going to sound terrible, But I'm gonna say it like my homeboy I got named David Jolly. Y'all know David Jolly. He was on Kill Tony. You know, he's in Austin now. He has a joke where he says he comes out of a store and he sees this homeless dude asking him for money. The homeless dude was feeding his dog as well. And he says to the homeless dude, listen, man, you damn sure ain't hungry because you ain't ate that dog yet. Now, it gets mixed reactions. The crowd don't always like it, but he has a small point. Like if you're starving, you know what I'm saying, your options start wearing thin. I'm not saying if it's you and your son, you eat your son, but I am saying if it's you, your son, and there is a stockpile of rats that happen to be infesting the area, are you choosing to be hungry at that point? I mean, not. I get the point was made that that's what they were doing. That's why they were fed the rats. And so it's not like that's not what was happening. But I don't know. I guess it was a stupid ass thought. What I don't even know why I said that.
I don't know. I don't know that it's a stupid thought. I mean, there's validity in what you're saying. Is it what a person wants to hear when they're in that predicament? Absolutely not.
Right.
But it does speak to, you know, how much do you value your life over your, you know, like your choices. Like you have to, if I'm dying and I'm of starvation and there's bugs, at this point, your choices are limited. You have to do the best, you have to make the best decision, whatever that decision is for your survival. And so, you know, like the town folk were doing that. They were eating the rats because that's all they had to eat.
Right.
When you see the nobles stockpiling and getting fat, because if you look at everybody at that table looked healthy. They didn't look like they weren't dirty. They didn't look like they was missing no meals. They was, you know what I'm saying, everybody was, you know, it was good. I think what she was saying in that moment was we have a responsibility because we're elevated in society to take care of the people under us. And these noble houses have been led by Aegon and Aemon, who, if we're being honest, have no ties or no things to the town folk. They're like, look, we're nobles. We were born with noble blood. You know what I'm saying? Like all we need to worry about is us. You know what I'm saying? They have the same thought towards the people as Daemon has. Daemon is like, look, we were, you know, because they seem to believe that you know, their appointment to these positions of kings and queens is also, you know, a God-given right. You know what I'm saying? It's a God-given right that we are, you know, the superiors, and we are the ones that are in these leadership positions. So we have a responsibility to ourselves to protect ourselves above all, you know, because we were, you know, this is what we were intended to do. So I think you're on to something. It's not like really it may be an unpopular opinion, but it's validity in what you're saying.
Yeah. Let me tell you a quick story. I bought a car recently. It's fine, man. It's not bad. It's just, you know, and are you, and you don't watch House of Dragon, right?
Of course I do.
Oh, thank God.
Religiously, strongly, immediately. I'm matter of fact, it's gotten to the point where I've already started picking out my cosplay costume. This shit is happening. No, I go hard for House of the Dragon.
Holy Time, I tripping? Was he like this before? I feel like he wasn't as.
I don't remember, but I mean it tracks, because again, I think when Game of Thrones used to come out, I said it before, like that was the time. You remember this? There was a time where Don't Call My House on Sunday.
Yeah. It was.
You already know what I'm doing, and like so, like this is and I think House of the Dragon has appeal to those Game of Thrones, watchers in the same way. And yes, on Sunday, don't call my house when it's Game of Thrones time.
When do you
gonna get cursed out?
When do you watch it?
You said when? Sunday.
Yeah.
As soon as it come out.
As soon as it come out.
I was
about to
so at 8 o'clock on the dot.
On the dot,
yeah.
Nigga. Yeah, my TV sets a reminder. It changes to that channel right when, yeah. Like so if you thought you was gonna be on my TV watching some other shit, yeah, it's gonna be like not tonight, nigga. Like this is what we got scheduled. This is a scheduled broadcast, nigga. Like, yes. Yeah.
What was you saying, man?
I was gonna say, like, you gotta understand, Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon have done something to American society that we haven't seen since we were kids. We haven't seen shit like this since Martin, since The Simpsons, since like, yo, I have to be home.
Wow.
I have to watch this show immediately when it comes out.
Ooh.
And you got to understand the effect it has when you're not. Because when you're not watching it immediately, you fucked up. You left out. Yeah. You on the internet coming across sport. You can't open your phone because the internet fucks the whole shit up for you. Wait. Yeah. Corlys did. Why is Corlys trending? The fuck? Sheep stealer, young nigga. What? Why again? What the fuck happened? Yeah. Oh shit! I miss Game of Thrones.
Wow, that's the new normal.
I'm with Ty on this. I'm with Ty. Matter of fact, you put me on something. My TV's too dumb. I need to figure out how to make it change the channel at 9 p.m. What the fuck is it doing? What the fuck is it doing? Yo.
Yeah, you need to get your TV in order, man. You need to bend the knee right quick.
Working hard enough.
Yeah, man. Which button? What's the auto change channel button? I ain't never heard of that.
Right?
That was
new. A lot of money for you, Nick. Change the fucking channel.
Yeah. Well, since you're here, man. I want to give you an opportunity to expound. I'm gonna put up a picture. I'm gonna put up something next to you.
Nah, you ain't got no AI picture of me already.
No. It's nothing. I'm not gonna do no goofy shit. No goofy shit for real. I'm just gonna put you next to this, and I just want you to respond.
Live and die, the bastard.
Get your shit together. Yes, I love this. I love this whole fucking scene right here. Yo, everything about what Corlys did right here was valid. It was certified valid crash out. Disrespecting the queen in her house to her face about her children. Like, this man didn't lose his son. This man didn't lose his wife. This man didn't lose his home. Not just like his home, like his royal home. This is something his family they bled for. They passed down from generation to generation. He's the steward of this house right now, and it burned down on his watch while losing a third of his fleet that he lost for her. Was a simple. It's just a simple thing. It's a simple thing. Just say yes, Rhaenyra. Like, yo, all of that shit was valid. It's just say yes. Yo, I love all of that shit. Yo, that whole scene was, that crash out. I can't imagine any other way that scene going. Honestly, I raised up your little brown-haired boys as Velaryon. I gave them vibranium armor and walked them around and with my people in front of them. And these little.
Yep.
Yo. Why yours and not ours? Why yours and not ours? Why is it? Say it. Say it out loud. Say it. I'll say it with you.
Where's
Say it with your
the
chest,
lie?
man. Say it with your
Where's the
chest,
lie?
man.
Black.
Where's the lie? Where's the lie?
He's black.
Yo, channel. He just channeled the soul of Vayman. Because he's black.
Yeah. You won't give these niggas money. Like, yeah, it was hot. And you know, the sad part about this a little bit is that we kind of are low-key watching the vanquishing of the bloodline before it happens. Like being aware of it kind of makes it harder to watch a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But essentially, excuse me.
We ain't seen no Velaryons in Game of Thrones.
Exactly.
Not one.
Now, I'm of the belief that there's a possibility that doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, they don't exist. Maybe they just wasn't in this, you know what I'm saying? But
not in
the point is they're not relevant at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that is something to take away. So it's kind of sad because that's what it feels. And it feels like I was saying earlier. Tell me how you feel, and you tell me if you agree with me on this one. So I was of the belief. I think that when they was at that dinner, if Sea Snake Corlys, if he had came at Rhaenyra was like, hey, look, yo, Rhaenyra, these my bastard sons that I ain't talked to till recently because I had to. Not my bad, just playing. These my kids.
Damn, son.
I'm just playing. Passport caught up with me, and so these my kids, and I now want them to have my name. Can you go ahead and hook it on up? If Rhaenyra had been like, all right, look, here's the deal. Yes, but hold up, because there's a couple things I got to do right quick, and we can put all this in order, and I got you. If she had done something like that, because she knew damn well, I feel like her biggest fault in this endeavor is not being real up front. Not saying that it would have been accepted, or she would have been like, yeah, sure, that's what's up. But it wouldn't have been like a shock, a slap in the face, or you lied to me. It would have been more like all right, whatever. Because Corlys he been with the shit the whole time. He know that them ain't their kids. He just now called them bastards. He could have been did that, but he's only doing it now because he getting shooed out of some shit that he's entitled
you got
to.
this shit all wrong. You got this shit all wrong. Let me break it real for you right now. Rhaenyra never knew Corlys. Rhaenyra knew Rhaenys so she knew Corlys by way of Rhaenys. Now, when you take Rhaenys out of the picture, all you got is a sailor. And this is a sailor with no filter, right? He don't got his wife sitting there at night talking to him like, yo, chill out. Don't be wilding out tomorrow. I want you to be easy. I'ma speak. Don't fucking now you got the dog loose. And he's sitting here saying, like, look, I just came back, did some heroic shit. And when you do heroic shit, you go to the queen, you get what the fuck you want. Here's what I'm telling you I want. Hello? Right. Hello?
I'm not saying that he's wrong for that. My point isn't that he wasn't in his right to demand what he was demanding. My point is that Rhaenyra being illicit and not being upfront about her intentions just compounded the problem. Like
that's the thing. You can't talk to him like that because she tried to do that sly shit, right? She tried to be on some, oh well, you know, now's not the time, right? And he's sitting over here like, the fuck you mean? You know, we die every day. I almost died yesterday. You think I could wait a year or two until things die down? There's gonna be more battles. Like,
well,
when?
Look, again, I just feel like if Rhaenyra had been more real about it, then he wouldn't have been as mad about it once he did it in front of everybody else. And that don't mean he wouldn't been mad the whole time. Maybe I don't know, but it's like it just seems real dumb to lie to the nigga. Like, you know you're gonna see him, and you know you ain't about to name him in front of everybody. So why even put forth the facade? Which makes it makes it worse. And now keep in mind
the problem. Unless he keeps the problem, right?
Well,
because he knows that she's in a situation where if she starts raising bastards up to royal titles, right? Because you remember the moment when she was supposed to do it, right? They was sitting there, they were knighting people, and she was like, "Yo, everybody, what's your last name?" And Ulf was like, Targaryen. I'm Targaryen. Immediately, she was like, "The fuck you ain't?"
Right,
no,
right. And he was like, not. "Yeah, you got me."
And then she went to Adam, and she was like, "Oh, fuck." Right?
She didn't even give him a choice.
I don't raise this bastard. Right? Yeah. Like, I can't say no to one and the other because I still need these dragons, right? Vhagar's still out there. I still need them. Right? And Corlys is not dumb. He knows the situation Rhaenyra is in. He's just like, look, I don't give a fuck because I'm going to die. Probably.
Okay.
And Vince, more importantly, like, you have to understand in which the glass that Corlys is viewing this through, as opposed to the way that Rhaenyra is viewing this. Corlys is viewing this through a glass of simplicity. He's saying that all I'm asking you to do is just acknowledge that they're my sons publicly. That's it. I'm not asking you to give. I'm not asking for no more land. I'm not asking for you to give me no nothing. All I'm asking for is the word of the queen to acknowledge that these are my sons. These two black boys who look just like me are my sons. Like, I thought it was very, very, very good writing. If you remember when she was having dinner with Corlys and Adam and Alan, Corlys said, "You probably guessed that these were my sons." Yeah, and then she said, "Well, first let me say, I never guessed anything."
Right.
That was that moment where she was like, "I don't think all black people look alike."
Right. Yeah.
Like, that's number one. Let me acknowledge that first. Let's get that off nobody's gonna sit here and call me Rhaenyra the racist. I'm not doing that.
Right.
I'm not doing that. No, I'm not saying I guessed anything. But now that you mention it, I do see the resemblance. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Now that that's out there, I do see the resemblance. That in that moment, they're having this private, intimate dinner together, and you're sharing with the queen that you are now, I don't have any heirs that are male. These are the two heirs that I would like to carry on my name. In that moment, he doesn't see how this in any way would affect the queen in any harmful way. He doesn't. In that moment, all he wants to do is reward the two boys that saved his life. As is the thing to do in this time when people do things for people. Everything is currency. So favors are not free. We don't do free shit in Westeros. Every favor has a currency value to it. And what he's saying is, look, Alan saved my life, killed the woman. Adam saved. I don't know which one is Adam and which one is Adam. I feel like Adam is the
Alan is the bald one.
Alan is the bald one.
Okay, Alan saved my life. Yeah. Adam found me and rescued me. These are the two things. And what I decided to do, since I did not have any wealth, I did not have any land, anything that I could pass down to them, I'm rewarding them for what they did for me by giving them my last name. And so in that meal that they're having, he's looking at this like, all I want you to do is acknowledge what I just told you. Mm-hmm. That's it. So she was in that moment, she acknowledged it. She was like, well, I think that's great. I think that's dope.
That's my point though. My point is doing that and not saying that's dope. But here's the problem, is where shit spiraled out of control. Because up until then, even the fuckery, Corlys has been with it. He knew them kids wasn't his son's kids, but they all understood, and he was on the panel. So he was like, all right, cool. He knew damn well his son didn't even like girls. But he's like, all right, fuck it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? He was like, all right, fine. Yeah, your brother, your uncle could fuck with one of my daughters. Sure, fine, whatever. He was with the shits in all points. Because he was, but something that Ant said is hella important that I never even thought of. This is a man without his filter, his whole wife, the one that would be there. Because Corlys used to pop off and be like, yeah, man, why we don't just, and then, Rhaenys, she'd be like, yo, bro, just calm down. You know what I'm saying? We got this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so there is no Rhaenys there to be like, yo, this is how my family works. Rhaenyra gonna do it like this. She ain't gonna do it right now. All right, just patience, just patience. Corlys is like, nah, I don't get it. All you gotta do is say the name out loud. What the fuck is so hard about that? And she, because she's too cunning, or maybe she think it's beneath her, or maybe she's just aloof. I don't know, but in over her head a little bit. But in this moment, she could have been more ballsy. Daemon would have been like, first of all, Daemon ain't having none of this shit. He'd be like, nah, I'm just gonna kill all of y'all.
No. This shit would have never happened if Daemon was there.
Why don't we just not have a Velaryon? I got a dragon.
There's no question about it. Daemon would have killed.
Yeah. Daemon would at least been like, well, we can't right now because we have to claim our legitimacy to the throne. You know what I'm saying? So
Daemon wouldn't have said nothing. Daemon wouldn't have said none of that shit. Nope. Daemon would not. Daemon is not that. First of all, Daemon is not diplomatic at all. Daemon, soon as she would have said those were some bastards, Daemon would have either killed Corlys or Corlys would have immediately been sent to the dungeons. There's no explaining away nothing to Corlys. From Daemon. Daemon is not that guy. Daemon is already nah.
It would have never happened because you got to remember, Corlys respects Daemon. They fought together in the drift against the Sand Snake. Like they warred together for years. Like it would have never happened. Corlys would have never crossed that line if she never had sent Daemon away. So it's like it took for that to happen for Corlys to feel like now's my time. He wouldn't have felt this, Froggy. And you got to understand, her decision is more than just acknowledging them. It's also determining who's going to be the heir to Driftmark, right? Because this puts two strong young men in front of her son to inherit that castle, that fleet, that army, that everything.
Yo, I'm glad. Yo, let me pause you right there. Let me stop you right there real quick. How is that the case?
Because her son is next in line to be the heir of Driftmark. She still has a son that's a Velaryon. She still has one more son. She has Joffrey.
Yeah, but Joffrey is also in line to be the king of King's Land.
So was Jace. Jace was next in line to be the heir of Driftmark and the king. He was going to.
I thought the other brother was I thought the other brother that died first was supposed to be the heir to Driftmark.
No. Jace was going to take them both.
Lucerys, I think was.
Yeah.
See, this is when I get confused. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the part I was like, yo, I don't understand. Because I'm trying to see what him getting the name now does, how it.
Because it hands down by heir that's male. The oldest male surviving heir is the next in line to inherit. So let's say Corlys's oldest son, the one who had a boyfriend and left. If he had stayed, he would have been the heir to Driftmark because he's older than Jace and Lucerys. He would have been the oldest male. But because he left, Jace became the next in line. Now, I think there was a situation when they were like, all right, well, because Jace is king, we're going to name Luke to be the heir to Driftmark. I think you are right about that. But when Luke got ate by Vhagar, Jace started to inherit either both, or Joffrey was going to be next in line to take the Driftmark.
And Joffrey is her son by who?
By she
Daemon.
had 3 sons by
Daemon.
No. Joffrey's her other brown-haired son. She had 3 brown-haired sons. Only
by the dude she was in love with.
And it's the one that she sent away with Rhaena to the Vale. He's still alive, and I
thought that was Daemon's son, the one that she sent with Baela. He got blonde hair.
She sent 3 sons. She had 3 sons that she sent with Rhaena.
Okay.
So she's had Joffrey, she has Aegon II, and she has Viserys. So she has 2 blonde-haired sons, and then she has 1 brown-haired son. She had a daughter too, but the daughter died in childbirth. Remember, she was in labor in the second season, and it was stillborn. So she has 3 surviving children. One is a brown-haired. That's still Nick claiming the name Velaryon. And this puts 2 men in front of him.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay. How?
Because they're older than him.
Oh, but she's the queen.
What does that mean exactly?
What do you mean?
Okay, so all right.
If
let me clarify this.
Has 2 male heirs, right? Because his oldest son, the one who left with his boyfriend, left, and he's like, that's okay. I have another son that's about the same age. He's automatically the next in line because he's the oldest. He's older than her sons.
Well, technically, the son still is because he still exists. Nobody chopped his head off.
They think he's dead.
Yeah,
they think he's dead. The same way they think that Aegon is dead. You know what I'm saying?
He actually left the body. That they found.
And they
think that he died.
Remember they staged it. They staged his
they staged it. They
with the help from Daemon. With the help of Daemon. Remember, Daemon helped orchestrate all of that. He helped his lover orchestrate that whole thing, and then brought the burned corpse, saying that it was it was the son.
Driftwood, is that not where the castle was burnt?
That was on fire.
That was burnt down.
Yes.
Yeah. So there. I mean, as of right now, that castle is just representation of. It's not the whole area. It's kind of like King's Landing. Like it's the Capitol building.
Well, yes, but also it's got potential to be rebuilt, right? So in her mind, it's like it's still symbolic to have it. Just like Harrenhal is destroyed, but it's still the largest castle in their land.
And Corlys is aware that they faked his death, right?
No, Corlys is not aware. No, Corlys thinks his son is dead.
Okay,
only one who knows is Daemon.
So technically, if the son resurfaced, he lays claim to the throne.
Yes. No.
No, because I think
Viserys is dead.
No,
well,
but I think Alan is older.
No. Actually, you're right, because he married Rhaenyra. In all actuality, he is the husband of Rhaenyra. They got married. They were married. And so if you're being technical, he would be the next because we get technical with it now.
Yeah, this is some medieval Jerry Springer.
As it stands, in this is all Rhaenyra is an outlier because typically a queen does not rule the kingdom. A king does.
Yeah.
So if she is the next in line, bloodline wise, her husband, who would have to have royal blood as well, which in this case he would be the one who is supposed to be king.
Well, he would have been a king consort, so he would have still had Daemon's title. Rhaenyra would have still sat the throne, but he would have been a king consort, which is what Viserys wanted. He wanted his family in that royalty.
Aegon and Rhaenys.
You're right. But I don't know what it would. But Daemon would kill him like immediately, like
Oh,
on site, not even a question, right? Like,
Yeah,
you
'cause
don't
he
even
told
have
him
your
never to come
dragon
back.
no more.
He told him never to come back. Like,
He don't even have his dragon no more. Sea Smoke done found him a new home, right? Like Sea Smoke done booed up with
even
a
Sea
new
Smoke.
owner.
Yeah, even Sea Smoke was like, yeah, they're like, oh, I guess he's gone.
Don't want to smoke. Did you all notice? Well, I have a question for you. So how is it that you can fly a dragon? Like, what gives you that capability?
Are you serious?
The blood of Velaryon or a Targaryen at this point.
Yeah,
we know.
They said at some point they did some sort of blood magic ritual in their lineage, and they're able to talk and communicate with dragons on a psychic level.
Okay, so how does this dude fly a dragon?
Who?
He has Valyrian blood.
Adam.
He has Valyrian.
Adam is
Where's his lineage?
From Corlys.
Corlys.
Corlys is Valyrian.
Anybody listen. Velaryon, and basically if you got blonde hair that you didn't dye, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're typically know that is a sign that you are Targaryen. Typically, if you are black and have blonde hair, that is a sign that you are Valyrian.
Yes.
But I thought it was Targaryen.
Targaryen and Velaryon.
Because the difference between
no. There's Velaryon, the last name, and then there's Valerians, which is a race of people, or which is a type of people. Now, all the Valerians can commune with dragons. Now, the only surviving Valerians in this time period are the Targaryen family and the Velaryon family.
Oh.
But what we're saying is that there was a special type of people called Valerians that lived in old Valeria that had this. All of them had dragons. It was a whole city of dragons. Everybody had a dragon, but they all died, and the only ones that survived were these two houses that came to Westeros before when a natural disaster destroyed all of them.
So in theory, Corlys could ride a dragon.
Well, the
dragon has to pick you.
Well, no. What they typically do, well, yes, you need to be able to bond with a dragon, but typically what they do is they take the dragon eggs and they put it in the cradle with the babies when a Targaryen or Velaryon is born to help them bond with it. Now, Valerians, that bloodline, they have the ability to be dragon riders, but that's typically not their thing. Their thing is to be sailors. They love to ride ships. The Targaryen family, they love riding dragons, but Adam still has the ability in him because he still is of Valerian descent.
Okay, so I thought you had to be Targaryen only.
No,
and I thought that's how the two girls could fly because their mom was Targaryen, and but I guess it wouldn't make no sense because the mama could fly a dragon and she wasn't Targaryen.
Exactly.
So I guess that spits on that whole.
The dragon chooses the rider. Remember that. The dragon chooses the rider, which is why Sea Smoke was flying around till he found Adam. Like he was just flying at the friendly skies, and then and Adam kept looking like, why is this dragon keep pulling up wherever I'm at? And then finally,
that's right. Yeah, the one dragon.
He just pulled up on him like, hey. Get on.
Yeah. I don't know you, man. It's like, nah, we family. All right, cool. Noteworthy events that you may have had throughout this most recent episode. I did notice. Just let me throw this out there. One of the reasons why Corlys did, want that to be done, why she didn't want it to be done, is because she knew if you watch this clip right here, you see that they've already started talking shit about her having a bunch of bastards and illegitimate kids around the palace or Westeros. I mean, King's Landing. So now she feels the necessity to get rid of that image You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But it's just so weird. It's just so weird. Damn. But that's the game, right? Of the Thrones.
That's how it
of which
was
we
back
see.
then,
That's the
right?
Game of
Like
Thrones.
it's a patriarchy. It's a very male driven world. So because she's a queen, they're gonna attack her more. You know, if it was a king, Viserys was doing it. None of this. Viserys was taking niggas' tongues, right? Like he was ready. Damon was chopping heads, right? When there was a male in charge. It's because they see her as somebody that they could take advantage of that they do this. And this has been a running theme of her rulership since she's started, right? That's why she doesn't want her small counselors, because they don't respect her. She's like, fuck them, right? They locked me in a room. They locked me in a room and her son died, and they still want to disrespect her decisions.
Mhm.
Yeah, but at the same time, she does waver a bit. You know, she's, you know, I don't know, like she
I mean,
wanted to have.
That's the
a
point
funeral.
though. But that's the point though. Like, how is she supposed to learn? Right? She's supposed to go through, like, when we're children, we don't know not to touch the stove, right?
Mhm.
And people will tell us, but we got to get burned, right? You need that I call it it's something, a term I heard, positive friction, right? You need that positive friction that you go through in order to sharpen you and hone you into the better ruler that you are. Viserys became the way he was because he was groomed, he was ready, and he learned from some mistakes. He had the largest dragon. His dragon was bigger than Vhagar. Did you know that?
Oh,
Viserys.
oh yeah. Viserys
His
had the
dragon
largest
was
dragon.
bigger than in all of Westeros. His dragon was twice the size of Vhagar. And he chose not to ride it because he was like, as long as people know that I have it, they won't pop off. Straight up.
Yeah. And the crazy part is that was one of the things that Damon kind of illuminated, was like, the reason why I feel the way that I feel is because we got dragons. Like we don't gotta negotiate or answer to nobody. We got dragons. Like we got like 6 of them, like 6 dragons. We can go. What did he say? We should be taking over the world. We should be over in Dorne, ruling Dorne. Like we could go take. We
should go to Dorne.
Whatever we want.
Go to Yeti. I hear there's a place where men have wings. We should go take over that when we done. Like, what do we?
Which I want to see that. Like that needs to come. I want to see the men with wings, because now you telling me Hawkeye and them is pulling up. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm not Hawkeye, but Hawkman and them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they out there.
It's pulling up and whatnot. We got, you know what I'm saying? What was there? What was there? The Thanagarians. We got Thanagarians.
They out here. They
we
out
got
here.
Thanagarians out here to go along with the Targaryens. We got Thanagarians and all of y'all, bro.
So many things. There's so many creatures in the world of Westeros that George R.R. Martin created that we haven't, that I would love for us to see.
Yes.
So like we've seen the undead dragon, right? The dragon that the White Walkers created. Yeah. We haven't seen a real ice dragon. And they talked about it in Game of Thrones real quickly. They was like, when they was at the wall, I think they was talking to what's his name, Jon Snow, and they were like, yo, I heard tales of ice dragons out there. These things that sit there and they're made of pure ice, and they don't breathe fire. They breathe and they freeze you. And that is a real thing in Westerosi lore. Like if you read George R.R. Martin's lore, you know that there are all these other fantastical mythical creatures out there that we haven't seen. There's other types of dragons. There's dragons that don't look like these with the wings like this. They look like more like the ones that we traditionally see with like wings on their back, and they have hands in front of them like dinosaurs. There's other types of dragons out there. So I would have loved to see Daemon explore the world of Westeros with Caraxes, and then fuck around and find out, like, oh shit, like,
oh yeah, Yeah, I get that. I could dig that. I see a version. I see, Westeros, and I say this lightly, but Westeros has potential to have like Gotham, Tatooine, you know, Narnia,
Yeah.
like potential, like a place where the actual place is a character in the story. You know what I mean? And when you speak about all that hasn't been explored and the things that they just kind of teeter around, like showing us the children of the forest and the three-eyed raven, and the dragons of different sorts, like you're speaking
and
about
the witches, right? We
the
see
witches?
one with we see one with Alice Winter in Harrenhal. She's just one witch, but there's more. There's a lot more witches out there.
What's the witch? I mean, what is?
We saw one in Game of Thrones. We saw the chick with the red, with the red dress. She was a witch too, and my man with the burning sword. Like, there's a level of mysticism.
He has witch powers.
There's a level of mysticism that
the dude who kept dying, I forgot. He kept coming back to life.
Yeah, the dude with the one eye, with one eye.
With the sword, with the burning sword. So the mysticism exists in Game of Thrones, but they don't like spotlight it like Rings of Power does. And I'm kind of glad that they do, because it separates them in that specific moment. Because as soon as you start to really illuminate the mysticism that lies within Westeros, this now becomes Camelot. It then basically becomes Rings of Power, and that, because there's no way to go around it then, because now as soon as you indicate that goblins, trolls, and all of these things exist, now you have to accommodate for that. Like, now, okay, because now where do they lie? What is their motive? Their motivation? Like when you look in Rings of Power, as soon as you introduce the Uruk-hai, now you know that they're a mixture of this, and their whole thing is to go out and wage war on the surrounding areas. So that's the one thing that I've kind of been glad that they haven't, but not to say that there's not room for a spinoff of some sort that does kind of delve into that part of Westeros, that, you know what I'm saying, like we call that flea bottom Westeros, where you know what I'm saying, where they got trolls, and it's the flea bottom, you know what I'm saying, it's the hood. It's the hood of Westeros. The hood. They got some shit. Look, like they start
48
saying,
hours of Westeros.
We sent some soldiers there years and they never came back. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They went to the hood and found out. They fucked around and found out for real. They came over there thinking that shit was sweet, and they never came back.
I don't know. I feel like it was a little. Shall we? One of the most exciting parts about the Game of Thrones saga was the ice warriors and that whole White Walker element of them, and like, remember when they took the baby in and shit, and like turned the baby, and like we saw like that whole backstory, and them not delving completely into it, leaving a lot of it up to imagination. And I think that's an element that has been low key, I don't want to say lost, but it's been put to the back burner in this series, right? Like, it's not really, it's dragon centric. Don't get me wrong.
We did that for 10 years. We did that for 10 years. We here now, right? Like, we done had Game of Thrones rip the Band-Aid off in its final 2 seasons, where we had dragon on dragon battles. We had dragons burning cities, dragons burning people. And my expectations are high. Honestly, was worried about a Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Like, y'all ain't gonna have not one dragon. Like, So I'm with them in doing this, and I'm with Ty. Like, this feels like one of those things that they could mine forever. Yeah, they could always just do another show in another corner of Game of Thrones. Right now, that sounds great. I need them to show me Aegon's conquest. Like, I really need to see Velaryon just sit here and son Vhagar. I really need to see Velaryon in his prime. But they could do that after. There's so many things that they can do. Dragons are just the tip of the fucking spear, man.
We got giants.
Fucking spear.
We got giant. Listen, Game of Thrones gave us giants.
They had
giants. Like full on giants. So there's, like I said again, there is mysticism awry in all of the four kingdoms.
The faceless men.
The faceless men. Yes. The faceless men.
Ninjas.
Yo, like
ninjas,
there's so much, man. Listen, we on to something here, man. But yeah, yo, Ant's 100% right. We could have 10 to 20 years of Game of Thrones type series that just go all over the four kingdoms, all over the, you know what I'm saying, not just Westeros, but everywhere. All over the continents, going to Dorne,
right.
Going to all of these places. Going back into the north, into those regions where you do have these things that exist, these giants that exist, these faceless assassins that have lived amongst all of these different nations all over the course of history, but they never, like, they always were key ingredients, but you didn't know that until after. Then later on, you find out, oh shit, that was a faceless. That was one of them. You know that? Yeah, they were. If we find out later that they were the narrators of history, like they were the ones that caused the cause and effects to happen. They were the ones who put this people in power and made sure that these people were able to keep power, and this people was able. If we find that out later, like they do a show where they really go into, because man, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I watch Game of Thrones and what's old girl? I can't think of the one who did the knife thing at the end where she killed the Ice King. Where she dropped what's her name?
Arya Stark.
Yo, yeah. If we could see a series where they just deal with those faceless people and they go back, you know what I'm saying? And we could, oh my God.
Because she owed them.
That would be the Assassin's Creed.
Right? She got unfinished business with her.
Oh my God. It was
like, yo, you was supposed to be one of us. They gave her a mission and she ran out on it.
Yeah. I mean, like, we got it. Like, I felt like that was where they dropped the ball, because there was so much meat on the bone for Arya after that whole thing. Or you just knew Arya was going to have a side quest where she just, I'm saying, like,
I mean, this is where I falter and defer to anybody who's read the literature, because I feel like they've tried to, possibly to a fault, stick with the literature. This is why they don't go. That's why we get Night of the Seven Kingdoms, because that's a part of the book. That's why we get, House of Dragon, because it's part of the book. They don't just make shows. All of these, correct me if I'm wrong, have been based on the George R.R. Martin.
Literature. not everything. Not how Game of Thrones ended. Right? Game of Thrones isn't based on literature, because
the seventh season.
Yeah,
because he didn't 7th and 8th season. So all that stuff.
But I mean, in terms of projects, in terms of like things they put out.
Yeah,
they don't put out things that are written by somebody other than George R.R. Martin, typically coming from one of his novels or one of his.
It's usually based on his stuff.
It's rooted.
But you got to understand. No, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He wrote this stuff. He wrote this stuff. So
that's how we know.
You got to understand. He's got a lot of books. It's not just like he's got like 8, 9. He's got like 20. He's deep, and not only when he doesn't have a full book, he has like little short books. He has like little compendiums. So this is how all of these things got fleshed out. This is why we know there's an ice dragon, because he sat there and he wrote about it. And he does this sometimes. Like, he'll be in the middle of writing Game of Thrones, and then he'll be like, you know what? right around season 4, I think I'm gonna write House of the Dragon. I think I feel like writing about the Tardic. I'm gonna just stop everything and write a whole other series, and then I'm gonna come back to this. He does that shit. He's been doing that shit for 30 years. This is George R.R. Martin,
and I'm not even mad at it. And Vince, like to what you were saying, yes, these stories are rooted in his writings, but that does not stop a creative mind or a creative writer to kind of expound on what he started writing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why you get season 7 and 8 of Games of Thrones. Not that they were the best, but that that doesn't stop you from finding someone who can kind of tax on to these storylines and be like, "Oh, I got an interesting concept, to go along with what was already written. Let's play this out and see how this plays out." Like the popularity, that Arya received during season 5, and I think it was season 5 and 6, if I'm not mistaken, when she actually was going through the training and all of that, and then you finally see her come back and she's better with a sword. Like it was always set up that way, because remember from the very beginning, the very first episode of Game of Thrones, what do you see? You see Arya, you see Bran, I think it was Bran, down there trying to shoot a target, and he kept not doing it. And then Arya picks up the bow, shoots the thing bullseye. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, "Oh, put that down. You're a girl." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't got no business doing that. Right. So it was already like, you already see that this girl is formidable at a very early age. Like, you either got it or you don't type stuff. She was born with the talent. You know what I mean? So so to see her progression in the storyline, where she goes from being this inquisitive, brave young lady who loses her father, who's running for her life most of the thing after you see her brothers get killed and all of that. She's literally like trying to survive, and then meets this one man who changes her life and teaches her, gives her the tools that she needs to avenge her family. And to see it wrap up the way it did, where she's the one who kills the Ice King. Like, the whole time, nobody saw that coming, bro. Like, we was all prepared for Jon Snow and Ice King to have their final, you know what I'm saying, their final battle, and Jon Snow probably to come out on top, die, whatever the case may be, and save the game. We was not prepared for young Arya to pull up and display the level of swordplay that she was able to display, and then be that cunning to where in the midst of a fight where you're fighting somebody who seems far superior, to have the wherewithal. To have the wherewithal. When the knife drops happened and she stabbed the dude.
The mic drop knife stand.
It was the mic drop.
The mic drop stand was crazy, and the mic drop.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I think we all stopped breathing in that moment.
And it was quiet on
country, because we was all sitting at the TV at the same time. We've already established this. This show had us in a chokehold, right? We was there at 9:00 on the dot.
It did.
And then, like you said, the mic drop. Like that was some real Dykeman. That was some real Harlem shit. Like she.
Yes, she skipped.
Like that was like
she skipped to my Ludum real quick. Like,
she did the professor. She did some N1 shit for real. Like, no look pass behind the back, John with the knife and shit. Yo, this was crazy, man. I don't think we're gonna see that, Ty. I'm with you though. It would be nice to see. My point was, as of now, all we've seen are iterations of what he's already done. So I would hope, like when we was talking with Carl, and I told him, hey, there's a dude out there who's doing your cartoons. You know what I'm saying? How you feel about it? He was like, it's all love. He's like, we work together. I mean, I don't think that's gonna happen to this, but I do think that it'd be interesting to see some of the continuation. And I think that Arya would be the one that everybody would agree on. But don't forget, there was supposed to be, and maybe you can tell us something about this. There was supposed to be at one point in time, correct me if I'm wrong, like some sort of spinoff for no, not Sea Snake. Well, maybe that as well. I think there was that, but
a spinoff for Sea Snake, but yeah,
it was supposed to be like the thing of 10,000 ships or something like that.
There's a lot of spinoffs they made that they been cooking,
and that's my point, Vince. That's kind of the point that I was making is that all of these creative thought processes come from the popularity of a series. The popularity of Game of Thrones gets you a House of Dragons. The popularity of the House of Dragons gets you a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. The popularity of a Knight of Seven Kingdoms may get you something else. But the idea is that a creative comes in with a concept. The concept is heard by the studio. They determine whether or not it's a good enough concept to go with, or if it's just something conceptual that we'll put back on the shelf and come back to at a later date. I think that the fact that you hear Damon mention there's a world where men have wings and they fly. Bro, like do you not understand what that does to a creative? Yeah, you're planning. You just like if George R. R. Martin wasn't thinking of it, because think about that from your point of view, where you said George R. R. Martin was in the midst of Game of Thrones and just stopped and was like, you know what, I'm gonna do something. Like these dragons, people like these dragons on the show so much. I'm gonna do a show and spotlight that. This is what creatives look for. They look for those seeds that are dropping, and then conceptually they come up with a concept. And right now, the concepts that we've heard over the course of the thing that haven't manifested was the Sea Snake getting his spinoff with the 10,000 ships or whatever that was going to be, which was going to be like a backstory of how he rose to prominence and rose to and all that kind of stuff. That's still I still think that is a.
I was talking about the Jon Snow. I heard there was going to be a Jon Snow project.
Listen, he don't want to do that. He don't want to do that. Every time they ask him about it, he says the same thing. He was Jon Snow for 10 years. 10 years of his life, he met his wife. He's not in the same stage of life that he was back then. Listen, if the story is good, then he'll come back. Get it? He don't want to do that. So can we get the seeing black people get to royalty story? Like Ty, please finish.
I mean, like those are like all of those. I mean, when you hear these type of things, again, it might not have, the timing is probably what happened with the 10,000 ships or whatever the Sea Snake story was. But if you think about what's going on in this season, say that Corlys does get that send off, that has to happen, and there's a fanfare. It was so crazy to lose Corlys. Oh man, and HBO's like, we might have something with Corlys. Like maybe we should get a younger. That's what I'm saying. Like some of these concepts don't always get thrown out; they get shelved. And then when something else happens, they're like, oh, you remember that concept? We thought that it wasn't a good time, but now's a good time. Let's go ahead and move forward with that conception. Let's do like a little 5-6 episode, John, and see how people respond to it. The same thing goes for the things what I was just saying with the idea of people flying around, the idea of what you were talking about with Jon Snow. Jon Snow wasn't ready to do that with Game of Thrones, but guess what came out of that for Jon Snow? At least conceptually came out of that, the Black Knight. So there are concepts that come out. There are new roles that arrive in those steads for the popularity of a character, popularity of an actor, and I think this last episode boosted. I already like Corlys. I already like Corlys, but I did think he was, a little bit on his simp shit, and a little bit on that bad, showing the rolling into that stereotype of bad black fathers shit. But now we see him. We see him. But now we see him shed those previous things, and now we're seeing because you said something. You was like and you said if Damon was there, that would have never happened. I'm not so sure about that because he literally came right after she did the coronation, the thing for Adam, where she named him Hall instead of Velaryon, which tells me Adam left right out of there and was like, hey, daddy, hey, remember that thing you told me about Velaryon? Well, she called me Hall. He was like, what? You mean after we had dinner the other night, she said she was okay? I'll be right back.
I mean,
like a black father would. It's like your son coming to you and say, Daddy, this boy at the park just hit me, and be like, well, it was your age. No, he's like 18. He's a grown man. Oh, word? Come on, let's go. We pulling up to that park.
We got to understand how much Corlys really respects Damon, right? Like he bonded with this man. He bonded with this man after he took the head of his brother. After you take the head of my brother, we're going to go out and be bro out for 2 years in the trenches. And then I'm going to let you marry my daughter. That's how much he respects. Like, he really respects. Like, he's like on some, he's a warrior. And because Damon is a warrior, he sees him in this other way that he doesn't see other people. So if Damon was there, no, that would not have happened because of his respect for Damon. It's like Alpha seeing another Alpha, plus he's got a dragon. So it's like, all right, hold on. Wait a minute. How do I want to play this? He's my boy. I like him. I'm not going to just do this to Rhaenyra in front of everybody because he's never been this froggy before. He's been pissed off before. And to be fair, a lot of times Rhaenys calling them down. But this is like, this was her worst day ever. And I think the show was trying to highlight that intentionally. Like Corlys is finding her vulnerable. Plus, she was going through her menstrual pain. Plus, everybody that is asking something of her is asking her something that's going to cost her a relationship with someone else. And
so not to mention she's still grieving. Like that, not to mention she has not had a chance to process her son, because that was like one of the things that they spotlighted in this episode was every time somebody else when somebody else's kids were mentioned, it threw her into a rage. Like she was raging because they still had their kids and she didn't have her. So that
must be nice. She's like, oh, my daughter is like is struggling. Oh, she's struggling, huh? Must be nice to struggle. Must be nice to talk.
And I mean, so, man, a lot to go on in these episodes, which is why they keep us tuned in. Like they keep us tuned in. We locked and loaded, ready for tomorrow night. Ready for tomorrow night. Ready to see what happens next.
Fucking ready.
What do you think? What do you think? I mean, I don't know if you've read ahead or if you know what's going to happen already.
No, I don't do
that. But what is your take on the discovery that Sheep Stealer was actually the son? I mean, excuse me, the daughter of Damon, right?
Not Sheep Stealer. You mean his daughter is the daughter of Damon?
Oh, right.
Excuse me, is the writer. The writer of Sheep Stealer is that. What do you think? How do they move forward with that? Do you think that she demands the head?
What do you mean?
Well, because they're blaming the death of Jace on the writer of Sheep Stealer and all of the and a lot of the bullshit that happened.
When have you ever seen Rhaenyra to be vengeful? Like for real. When have you really ever seen her vengeful? She's had opportunities when she should have. We've been gaslighted. She's got angry face. She's puffed up. Like we seen her do all of that, but she ain't really. And the one time everybody was like, "Yo, take this nigga's head." She's like, "I don't
Well, I mean, yeah, she never done that before, but
as soon as she find out it's Raina and it's Damon's daughter, and she just needs an excuse why she can't. Honestly, she just needs to find an excuse why she can't.
I don't think she finds out.
That's Damon's daughter. Well, I can't do it.
I don't think she finds out. I think that Damon, because we've seen this. We actually talked about this last season, where we asked, do we really feel like Damon gives a fuck about his daughters? And there was a moment last season where Damon actually showed emotion towards his daughters when they were reeling from the wife's death, and after she basically killed herself by her dragon. We realized that Damon does hold a warm place in his heart for those two girls, because he genuinely loved their mother. He genuinely loved their mother. So I think that once Damon, if I'm being honest, once Damon realizes that it's Sheep Stealer, that it's his daughter that rides Sheep Stealer, I think what he's gonna do is he's gonna tell her to stay in the veil. He's gonna say, just stay in the veil. I'll tell Rhaenyra, let me like that I dealt with it or whatever. And
but he's not going alone. He's
going with their sister. With
right.
the
so the sisters also have to.
And all right, the sister's going to tell on her sister.
Like,
yeah. What do you think the sister's going to tell her sister? Like,
but hold on.
Like,
do you not see at that point that you are riding one dragon? You have control of another dragon. You went with two. Now there's 4 dragons. If you're Daemon, you have an army. You understand? Like, do you see where you have
Sheep Stealer is not an asset. Sheep Stealer is a liability.
Yeah, he's not
for now.
Forever. He's a wild dragon. He's not
territorial.
Like other niggas. Like,
he doesn't play well in the sandbox. You
ain't never seen a wild street dog, and then you try to put that shit in the house and be like, sit.
I think in the world of magic, where certain people, like especially of Valyrian descent, that may have a higher propensity to communicate with the dragon, could potentially at least lower the
You
blood.
saw her try to tell her, chill, Sheep Stealer. That's my sister.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Lakini.
Yeah, sir. But look, more importantly to that point, Vince, there's something that they're doing with it. Is her name Raina? Is it Raina?
Raina.
There's something that they're doing specifically with Raina, where they have now made Raina more of an outlier. And the reason I say that is, do you remember how Raina appeared when she went in front of the Lady of the Veil? Raina looked this like totally just like her hair was like, her hair's not blonde, it's white and gray, it's gray and black. It was disheveled. She's out here living off the land, hasn't taken baths in weeks. She's dirty. She almost gives the imagery of a witch. Like when you look at Raina, she gives the imagery of a witch. She's not Bela. Bela is always dressed to the T's. Her hair is always done and never disheveled. She holds like a when she speaks, she's all of that. Raina is the outlier. Raina is the outlier, and I believe that.
But you know why?
Why?
Because her dragon died in the crib. So every Targaryen, she's a Targaryen. She her as well gets a dragon egg in their crib when they're babies. Mm-hmm. So everybody's dragon hatched except hers. So then it was like, all right, cool. I think she was, I forget if it was her or Bela, but I believe she might have been the one that was supposed to inherit Vhagar as like some sort of consolation. And then Aemon took her dragon.
And then took her dragon. Yep.
And then she got big mad, like, now I got no dragon.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so she feels like she's not like her siblings because she never got to have any of that dragon nobility associated with her growing up. So this is all childhood trauma manifesting itself now with Sheep Stealer.
And if I'm not correct, I would say that in terms of all the dragons that exist right now, Sheep Stealer might be the third largest. Because Vhagar is the largest. Then I believe the one that the Hammer has is the second largest. And then Sheep Stealer is the third largest.
You might be right. It's either Sheep Stealer or the one that Adam rides is one of those two.
Adam rides Sea Smoke. He rides Sea Smoke.
Yeah, I think Sea Smoke is big.
Yeah,
Sea Smoke compared to like a lot of these other dragons is a big dragon.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you're right. I think you're right. I think that this dragon is a problem. And that's why if Daemon sees it, if he sees Rhaena and he sees Sheep Stealer, he'll save his daughter. He's gonna try to kill Sheep Stealer straight up. Like this nigga cannot be allowed to live.
You think he's gonna kill a dragon?
No. Yeah, well, yeah, that idea is not above reproach. But what I'm saying is
Daemon.
I believe that Daemon, once he recognizes and realizes that is his daughter, you're putting him in a fucked up situation because the crown prince is still dead. Somebody has to answer for that. Like that's not just something that you just, you know what I mean? But I think what he'll do is he'll lie to Rhaenyra. I think he'll lie to her and tell her that they killed the rider of this dragon or whatever, and that the dragon is a wild dragon, and we'll just leave that dragon out there in the Vale or whatever the case may be. But I don't necessarily think he's going to tell her that it was Rhaena. I just don't feel like that's. It just don't seem like it that he'll do that.
Okay.
Why? I mean, I don't understand why. I don't.
Go ahead.
Daemon specifically, out of all people in this realm, has the most pull when it comes to Rhaenyra, in my opinion. Like she comes to him at night.
He thinks that.
Not right now.
She literally, when she's in times of need, goes to him while she can't sleep and cuddles with him.
Yeah,
like
that's different.
I was just saying, doesn't that put him above almost everybody else?
No. That girl, her master of whisper. That girl.
That's the master.
And Daemon tried to say something about her, and Rhaenyra put him in check. She's like, "Look, I don't need your fucking permission. Who the fuck my master of whisper is, nigga?
Yeah,
Leave. Get your ass over to
I earned my spots at this table. I was not born with nobility." All right,
yeah, because remember when they left and went to King's Landing, she left her at Dragonstone. She left her at Dragonstone, and then she still found her way. And look, Daemon smiled because she was getting left behind at Dragonstone, but then she winds up pulling up in King's Landing and talking at the council. He's like, "What are you even talking for?" And she's like, "Whoa." She's like, "Whoa, I heed."
Where you been?
Like she knows what she's talking about. She's a good judge of character. And he looked at her like, and looked at the girl like, and the girl was like, "Yeah, nigga, I told you I do her better than you do."
That whole little thing is hilarious to me. I love that
little love triangle.
What they call it, polycube thing they got going on right there. Yeah.
What did David tell her? What are you doing? What are you doing this to get back at me? What are you doing this because you're mad at me? Like, she's like, "Nah, I did it because I like her and she liked me, and you know what I mean." Like, they're like, "Come on now, make it all about you. You just mad. You're just mad." He's like, look, whatever. I'll never be to a woman Yeah, it's like, all right.
Yeah.
All right. You don't know what she do. She do the tricks for me. She do the tricks for you.
He remember. He remember them tricks.
Yeah, he was there. Yeah, he started this. He was the originator. He's OG Poppy. You know what I'm saying? That's Blonde Zaddy for
I think
her.
this lady's gonna betray them.
Yeah, I mean it's highly likely, right?
Yeah,
I mean, but
it's highly likely. What do you mean for what?
I mean, what can
because
she
they're
really?
rich?
Yeah, but for what specifically will she portray them for? Is what I was asking.
I'll tell you specifically why she would betray them. She is a representative of the people. The girl of the whispers, she represents the people, which is why she was able to convince Rhaenyra that you need to show the people that you're not going to be the person that they just had enthroned. That you need to show them the difference between you and Aegon. The people have been eating rats and eating all of this and the thing. We need to make sure that they are the ones that are loyal to you. You want the people on your side, which is why she went and took all of that stuff from the noble houses and gave to the people at the end of the episode, where you see her feeding all of the people. This is very important, because if she has to listen to Daemon and she goes against what the people, and she sees that she's starting to go, that's where the betrayal will come from. Remember, she is a strategist. She is looking to win the game, whether that means being on this side or that side. A strategist is there to win. So that's why you see the guy, the crippled dude who's got Aegon, Larys Strong. He's out here trying to play for the winning team. He thinks that he's
playing both sides,
but he's like, look, right now I'm trying to play my cards and stay alive and do what I'm supposed to be doing. Like this, like you got to understand how crazy shit's about to get. The fact that the guy who has 15,000 troops is also a Green. He's also a relative of Alicent in terms of his last name. This dude is he's a Hightower. He's smart. The first thing he did was take all of his troops and embed them in a town with villagers and all of that, so that your dragons become useless. Because in order to kill us, you would have to kill your own people. And that was strategically, that was brilliant. That was a brilliant strategy. And what did they also do? Take control of a dragon. They took control of a dragon. Now they have a dragon. Now they're embedded in the community. Now now you don't know who you're trying to kill. Because we're blending in. It's a lot.
It's super close to King's Landing. So if you see where it is on the map, it's like King's Landing is in the Bronx. They just took over like Central Park. And she has this big forest that people aren't allowed to go in. That's called the Kingswood. And that's all of Queens. So these niggas is in Central Park plotting on the Bronx. And she just opened up Queens for regular people to go in and hunt. If you remember, that happened earlier in the episode too. So they was like, yo, you could go in there and hunt rabbits, leave the boars. You know they're not gonna fucking listen. They're gonna take every fucking thing. They hungry. And now you have this entire army that's blending in with the villagers that now has access to the Kingswood, which is immediately the back door of King's Landing. What the fuck do? You're gonna burn down the forest? You're gonna burn down the town? That was genius, man. I'm glad you pointed that out.
Yeah, because I mean now, and they have the next king. The next king. That if anything happens to Rhaenyra, the next one in line is Daeron. Daeron. That is the son of Aegon.
No, of
Alicent. Of that son. Yeah, that's Viserys' son. That is the third son of Viserys. That's Alicent's son. So he is the next one in line for the throne. After Aemon and Aegon.
But have you all seen that dude?
Have we
We
seen
think we
him?
have. We think we have.
But that was when he was younger.
No, we think we've seen him in the first episode of this season. There was like a little scene where we saw the Hightower camp, and there was like a red-haired boy that walked right up towards the camera real quick. And we ain't think nothing of it because we're like, we're looking for Targaryens. But that hair color was damn near the same hair color as Alicent, which is the same hair color as the other Hightowers. It's like this brownish red thing that they do.
Yeah.
So people are sitting here wondering, was that Daeron hiding in plain sight? Because nobody knows what he looks like. And I think it was intentional by Alicent's father to have Daeron leave just as an emergency, because he knew, wait a minute, what color is this nigga's hair? Wait, hold on. Did anybody see what his hair color is? Yo, set up the boarding school. Set the fucking boarding school up. Get this nigga the fuck out of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you see him? Nah, nobody saw him. All right, cool.
So this dude
Take the dragon.
So he knew, because for him to just out the blue just be like, yo, fine, give him the sun, and it to be a dude who had been told to not say nothing, to do such and such, that we're gonna bleach blonde your hair, to buy them time for what, to
take that town,
for them to take over whatever it is they got to take over.
That town. Daemon let them walk through their town. As soon as Daemon handed him, he was like, all right, now march your ass through our town, because he said take the old road, which goes right through Westeros, take your whole army and leave. We're gonna let you rock. Nobody's gonna escort you. We're not gonna send a dragon with you. You fine. We trust you on the system.
All right. Well, there's something I have a question about something else.
What's that?
It's some I probably should have. I wanted to ask y'all about this a while ago. And I know you did kind of already tell us what it was. But on that first episode that I think, was it the first? It may have been the second episode. We saw those creatures, right? And you said that they were the children of the forest. Mm-hmm. Is that right?
Well,
over at Harrenhal.
Oh,
so maybe I forget if they're the children of the forest or these other type of forest creatures. I think they're the same. But there's an island next to Harrenhal. So like next to Harrenhal, there's a giant lake, and in the giant lake there's an island, and this island is cursed. And I'm gonna be quiet because I feel like I'm gonna start getting into something that I shouldn't say.
Oh,
but let's just say there's a reason that they're teasing the appearance of this. This shows White Walkers. I'm gonna leave it at that. Pay attention to these fucking kids. Okay. We only see them once a season. We're like, oh, that was weird. All right. On with the show. Just like we did with the White Walkers in Game of Thrones. Like, that was weird. It was a fucking zombie.
In the first series. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because in the Game of Thrones, remember, it was like one of the first things that popped on the screen was the White Walkers. And then you don't see them again. Yeah, and then you don't see them again for like until the end.
Next season.
Yeah. So all right. I guess I'll take that. But
I'm sure you watched the previews for next week. I mean this week's episodes.
I don't do that.
Oh, you don't even see. Okay. Well,
I go into this like they don't need to. I'm there. You don't need to convince me.
That sounds familiar. Yeah. But sometimes it's just a matter of not pushing the button in time. Huh, Ty? Like sometimes all right, whatever, man.
Yeah, but I don't know, because I don't never push the button, because right afterwards you also get inside the directors. Yeah, they do the inside thing, and I always like that. Yeah, I always like it. Well, yeah, I watch both of them, so I always like to see what they get, what they're wrapping up or what they're talking about in that episode, something I might miss or whatever. But this week's episode, well, I mean, since Ant ain't seen it, I won't say nothing.
No, what do you mean? That's the
preview.
Oh no, I didn't. Okay, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Damn. Yeah, I don't even remember. I think I fast forward to it too, but I don't know.
I mean, you can talk about it. I really don't care. I'm going to watch it.
I mean, it's coming on in a couple hours anyway.
I mean, I just don't go out of my way to see it. It's not that it's something where I'm like trying to protect it. It's just when I watch it on HBO Max and it ends, they don't automatically show me a preview for the next one, so I don't seek it out either.
No, I'm with you. Same. I don't be watching them.
Oh yeah, if you want to talk about it, you can talk about it.
I mean, it's really. I mean, it's just about what's to kind of expect this episode, and I mean, when you were talking about the witch in Harrenhal, it's important to understand, I guess, her motivations in terms of why do you keep Aemon alive? Why do you keep Vhagar hidden? Why do you? Because this is the largest dragon in the world right now. So how do you hide? I mean, like you got a facility that will hold a dragon that big, already prepared. Like, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that they show in the preview that what was the guy, the knight that had the affair with Alicent, that's all in love with Alicent.
Oh yeah,
Sir
Kristen.
Yeah,
so he fell in love with everybody.
All right, he did, right. He was in love with Rhaenyra at one point too. So like it like in this episode, you see that he leads his troops to Harrenhal to find Aemon, and she's got Aemon on the mend, and she's hiding Vhagar, and I'm just like, okay, your dragon didn't kill this lady that he doesn't know, kind of thing, but whatever. And just you kind of just see how strategic the young Hightower dude really is, and like his plans on how to take down these Targaryens that have 6 dragons. You know what I'm saying? Like that is I think that's when you think about it, there's a level of there's strategists, and then there's another level. And then like I feel like you gotta be at that in order to defeat dragons, especially multiple dragons, knowing the way that knowing the way that they operate.
He's Tywin. He's this show's Tywin Lannister.
Yeah,
he's that expert. Like, I know exactly how to fucking manipulate, lie to you. I know your frailties. I know what your blind spots are, and I'm gonna just make you think what I need you to think, even if it embarrasses me. As long as I win, I will bend the knee. You can have my sword. You will look like you have this dragon. We're all scared. All right, guys. And then look what happened. No, I'm with you on this, Ty.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I would. That's a very fair comparison, because I remember in Game of Thrones. You remember that time in Game of Thrones where, what was her name? Khaleesi pulled up on the two, the father and the son. The father and the son knight. They were in the midst of a battle.
And
she told them to bend the knee, and they wouldn't. These niggas was like, nah, and she burnt them niggas to a crisp right there. Right there. Hey, yo, but that
she knew.
But who was that? Somebody was like, I respected him. Like, you know what I'm saying? I respect him for that. Dang, I forgot.
It was the Lannister, Tyrion or something. He was sitting there like, yo, why'd you do that?
Yeah, because they was like, they didn't want to bend the knee. I gave him a choice. And it's like, oh damn, you ferocious out here.
You wilding. Like, we need these people to want to work with you.
Yeah,
but you over here burning the symbols of this place's hierarchy, this social structure.
Yeah,
like you can't just come.
Nah, man, because she had to lay down the law. She had to let it look. We chop off the head of the snake.
But
you just took over your land. You're powerless.
That wasn't the head of the snake.
Yeah,
Cersei,
Vince, it
Lannisters were the head of the
yeah,
snake.
the two dudes that I'm talking about, they weren't the head
They
of the
ran
snake.
that army.
Yeah, well, this is the reason why it was
That was-
important, because those two particular knights were renowned for their for being what a knight represents. They were like they were loyal to their, you know, to the people that they said they was loyal to, you know, right or wrong. That, you know, when a knight pledges his fealty to a king or lord or whatever, that's supposed to mean something, which is why I love the fact that we have the Knights of the Seven Kingdoms, because that he's an illustration of what a knight is supposed to be. Like the whole thing, the whole show is based around a knight who still holds the values of what a knight was supposed to be in a world where the knights don't necessarily share those same values. He's like from the old school of knightdom. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So that when you see her kill, and I can't remember their names, I'll find out their names eventually. But yeah, those two individuals were representations of that. That's why they died instead of kneeling and pledging fealty to her, because they had already pledged fealty to decide that they were going to pledge things. So he was like, I'd rather die, and that's what you got. She burnt y'all to a crisp right there. You know what I'm saying? And you know, old boy was like, yo, I respect that. Like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, because I mean, they stood on business. They wasn't like, oh yes,
yeah,
like,
I don't care because you got a dragon.
Go ahead and cook me on up. Go ahead, cook me on up, Queen. I'm all right.
That Damon in her.
That's it.
That Damon in her coming out.
Yeah.
All right. Last thing on the way out of here, real quick. Khaleesi did have that whole can't get burnt portion that came to her through the Targaryen blood. I mean, if I'm not mistaken.
No, that was different. That shit was different.
She can't be burnt by natural fire. Dragon fire is different. Natural flame.
She can't. No, she can't be burnt by dragon fire either. She can't be burnt. She is different than other Targaryens.
She was mother of dragons.
So, all of that, right? She brought dragon eggs back to life that were fossilized. Like, she is not a normal Targaryen, right? She was the prophesized Targaryen that all the Targaryens were like, what the fuck is up with this one? Right? Like, something was very different about Daenerys when it came to the Targaryen bloodline. But she did get that title Mother of Dragons because she brought dragons back to the world.
Yeah.
But okay, so that just means, but that aspect of her is what makes her unburnable. So that's not something that other Targaryens possess.
No, you saw Daemon's first wife went to Vhagar and was like, Dracarys, nigga, I'm in pain. Like, do this shit. Like, I need to go.
But that's a Valyrian. That's different.
No, because she's a Velaryon.
Right.
So, right. And even Daemon, when he goes into the crypts with the other dragons, this nigga is cautious. He's like, Tuda luda lula. Tuda luda. Like, this nigga is not walking up in there like he's unburnable.
I mean,
and
they
you
still
know what
eat your
happened
ass
to
too.
all the Targaryen bastards when Rhaenyra was trying to find a new dragon rider. Vermithor saw these niggas and was like, lunch.
Yeah.
All those Targaryens burnt.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, there's a lot more questions, but I think that's enough for this for today. Unless I normally, I ain't gonna lie. There's one thing I wanted to ask, and I don't know if he can answer this quickly or if he knows anything about this at all. But this was something I think, I don't know which one of us dropped it, but any did you have any thoughts on this?
So I've been aware of it, but I don't know where to land, because for me, the issue is that it puts me in that uncomfortable space where we've been orchestrated to beef with one another. And I don't like that. right? Like we
right,
have
right.
a film with an all-black cast, a sci-fi film with an all-black A-list cast at that. You know, as Blurs, this is something we've been begging for, right?
Right.
We've been begging for an A-list cast to do something like this. But then it gets tainted because there is legitimate concern about the casting of the non-African cast. And I get it. It's a legitimate thing. However, when you think about what's happening right now, in a lot of areas, when a creator has an issue with the adaptation of something, it doesn't get this much attention. You don't know about it, right? You don't know that to this day, George R.R. Martin does not like House of the Dragon, right? You don't see him at the premieres for that. You don't see him promoting that no more, right? But with this show, we know about it. So that's why I'm like, I don't like the whole thing where it feels like we're being, I don't want to say orchestrated. That's a little, you're giving them too much credit. But we're being put in this position where we're beefing amongst each other over something that we can move past.
Yeah.
We really can.
I feel like,
because
go ahead.
I dropped it. So basically, what I did my research and found out was, I mean, that part of the thing is more based specifically on her problem with a specific cast member with those messages you were talking about. But in terms of the post that she's put on her own page, it was basically to allow that she wasn't supporting the film, and it's because what she wrote in the book and what she submitted to the I guess the production company, as with production companies who take on literary movies, literary books and whatnot, they've done some fundamental changes that she did not necessarily agree with. And because through that process, things continue to change, things happen, she's now completely taken her support away from the movie because she feels as though it's not a correct adaptation of what she wrote in her book. So, so that, like, her beef is specifically more with the production company, but the messages that were kind of like really focused on in that post right there were her disdain with the specific actress involved with the movie.
Okay.
But the real thing is that she's not supporting the movie because she's not happy with the changes that were made to the adaptation, to the stuff that she submitted, the writing that she submitted to the production company. But from what I understand, and I found this out in the research, is that this happens all the time. This is not isolated to just her move. Like, whenever there's a literary a book, and then they try to convert it to an adaptation, a live action adaptation, there's always changes that happen within the script and within the writing from the original writer. This is never you never submit something and it doesn't get edited and then edited again and edited again throughout the process. Her thing is that she just whatever they edited, whatever they took out or omitted or added, she's not cool with it.
I thought the drama was over the casting. I thought the issue was that because the book is based off of African stories, and the way that she describes the characters are like they're dark skinned, and she has a specific look for them because she's like, this is the story of a specific experience. Mm-hmm. I thought the drama was that they're casting people of different complexions and they're casting non-Africans. Like, you've got this British people, you've got these American people, you've got these fair-skinned people, and they're representing the story of these dark Africans that she wrote about. And I thought she had issues with the casting.
I think the narrative is decisive and divisive. And it's more about that. I think that people have their issues with colorism, and that's always going to be a conversation when and if it's available. But in this particular thing, based off of what I've read off of her actual comments and off of her page, this is more about them changing up things that happen within the storyline that she was not.
Somehow you got muted. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, Ty. You got muted.
Ty, you muted somehow. Maybe the mic got unplugged or something.
Also, I don't know. I'm not saying that what you're saying is not also and could also be an issue. Which is why the Amanda Steinberg text messages that they had back and forth with them was revealed. But I think specifically she was already saying that she was not supporting it because of the changes to the script that she submitted. And so maybe that is an aspect of the script that she submitted that she does have a major problem with, is the fact that they changed, specific characters into the casting, when they did the casting and did those things. She could have also had a problem with that. But I think the most egregious thing that they've done is change up her literary composition of what it is that she submitted.
Okay, I'm with you.
So
is it a show or a movie?
It's a movie.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right.
Based on her best-selling novel.
Oh. All right. Well, we ain't gonna go into that then. I think it's unfortunate when that happens. I mean,
maybe we should bring her on as a guest and ask her straight up. I think that probably, like talk.
I bet Ant probably already been talked to her.
He did interview her.
I did already. I did reach out to her, and she said she wanted to wait until we were closer to release. But we'll see if we could get it. You know how that goes.
Yeah, I would love for her to come in and talk about it, man, because I think it's always a conversation in terms of when these type of movies drop, in the pigmentations of Black people and representation. I think that it's always a great conversation, but also tends to be a very divisive one as well.
It's a tough one. But not one for today, because I think got the energy for it. I just wanted to see
just ran out.
See what was going on with the boot. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I was saying. All right. Well, look. As for me, that's all I got. That's it. So
I just like to put out there. I tried to watch the new Little House on the Prairie, and
I mean, how was it?
Well, first of all, let me answer the first one. To the why, because I as the age, being the age that I am, I grew up on Little House on the Prairie. Especially when for any house that didn't have cable back in the day, Little House on the Prairie was one of the few shows that you had an opportunity to watch because it was on basic cable. But also because I don't think I'm in the few with this. I think I'm in the more of the mass with this. Michael Landon was Michael Landon was and is one of my favorite all-time actors. I not only grew up on Little House on the Prairie, but I also grew up on Highway to Heaven. For those that be showing my age again. And this was one of those. He was really good at his role on the show, and he died abruptly died at a just
Yeah, I
kind
think
of
it's 50s.
yeah. But
Something
but
like that.
but when I watched it, I had such a great appreciation for the older classic after watching the new joint, because you can't, certain things you just can't remake and have an expectation for. It's either gonna hit, or it's gonna completely fall off the map. And this was a complete fail.
Damn.
Just because,
You said fail?
yeah, the new
Damn,
version.
that ain't where I thought. It didn't feel like that's where you were. It didn't feel like that's the direction
No,
you
no,
were
no, no,
going.
no, 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 no. It's like I said, it showed me a greater appreciation for the classic. Is
Okay,
because when times change, people's ideas of shows change in terms of being honest. The honesty starts to change. You start to feel as though you have to include. It's more about inclusion as not telling
A
the
mandate.
reality. The reality of it is, when I saw Little House on the Prairie, when I was a little kid and black people entered the chat, it felt like black people entered the chat. It was like, oh, like the town of, what I'm saying, they was like, whoa, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
In this, the very first episode, they meet up with the town doctor who's black. And I was like, okay, that's different. And then they come to the store, and the first person they meet is the store owner, who is black. And I was like, all right, so we gonna act like, I was like, so we gonna act like black people was running this, like this with in a town full of white people. Come on, stop it. Like I know it feels good. I know it feels good to want to be like, I want to change this. I want to change. But the reality was, this is not what we, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, we're doing that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think it felt different when you seen it as a kid, because again, Mr. Ingalls, being the great guy that he was the only person that was like, hey, leave the black people alone. They're just people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like treat them with some respect, and teaching his children, to not be fearful of something different. There were stories. There were like, it was lessons in like that you pulled from Little House on the Prairie. Like, as any kid, you don't have to be white or black. You just like learn to be good. Just be a good person. Like, that's always what it was about. And the fact that this kind of started off like that, I was like, here we go. Hey, we're doing it. We're doing the fast. But even though this is still it ran in the same time, now they got Mr. Ingalls and his family running from something. I don't know what it's from. They're running from, because I didn't get no further to the episode. But apparently they're running from a situation that happened in the town, which is why they wound up on the prairie. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what? What happened? Like,
well, Ty, remember, like, this is no longer the Little House on the Prairie that has 24 episodes and runs for 4 seasons. This is Netflix drop all 8 episodes at one time type of vibe nowadays. So they have to have a beginning, an end, instead of just having those filler episodes where the whole point is to get this lesson across. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what we're seeing right now is when you do an adaptation, when you scrap it of all of that free time that you used to have in terms of additional episodes, that you don't have to have full-fledged plot development, and there's not what they call like a denominator type of plot, then I feel like you lose the opportunity to do just what you said. And also, there's something to be said about that. Like, and I'd ask you your opinion on this too, because you review a lot of movies.
Mm-hmm.
You do, like, what Ty just said is really interesting. It's because like you kind of get you want to kind of tip your hat to the director or the producer or whomever, or the casting folks, and say like, all right, progress, right? We see your casting, like, and it's not always, well done, you're not just putting them in little stupid roles. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to like be able to tip your hat and be like, good on you. At the same time, what Ty is saying is that if we're going to start, and I'm not trying to interpret for you, Ty, but I'm just saying like it's a revelation I hadn't thought of before. If we start portraying roles without going through on screen the conflict that it took to get to that role and start pretending like it's normal, we lose the opportunity to educate kids.
Nah.
Like Ty, who may not ever see black people.
You're overthinking it. So here's the thing, right? Because like this is like I don't want to be too harsh, but this is selective. First off, this doesn't take away the original version of Little House on the Prairie. That version will always still exist. It's still available to people. Just like I still show my son the original version of Roots. That's the version. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But the other thing is like my wife loves this show where it's like historical. It's called Bridgerton. And all it is a bunch of a black queen in England in a time when black people we can't sniff the fart of royalty right now. But they said that she was the queen of England. And all these people run around, Asian people, Latino people, all of them have royal houses, they're upper class. All of that is a show nobody gets mad at.
Yeah.
Nobody has a problem. Nobody is even set. There's not even a single post. So that's why I'm like,
how about that?
All right, fine, fair, sure. We know who they are, but they don't care.
Yeah.
But I mean, like for the most part, like that works. It's just revisionist fantasy. Can they have their fun? Fine. You want to have your fun? You want to have your little Bridgerton parties? You want to pretend everything was hee ha ha, and so you could move past the pain? Do it. But when it comes to an actual educational setting, like what they teach in school, that's where I draw the line. And I'm like, look, we have to understand what's the difference between reality and fantasy.
Yeah.
Now,
of course,
I am guilty of it too. I sometimes look at television and film, and I'm like, man, this is where I'm gaining my exposure to cultures. That shit is made up.
Yeah,
that is some dude who fits a specific type that wrote a story of what he thinks how you should view that part of the world. So anyway, I'm going down a long little rant. My bad, but that's my point.
No, I got you. I guess. I get. Okay. I can follow on both sides of that, man. I see where Ty. Back in the day, I remember a show called Punky Brewster. Right? Remember Punky Brewster?
Yeah, I remember Punky Brewster.
I learned a lot on Punky Brewster. You know what I'm saying? And and Punky Brewster had a black little friend. Remember, she had a little friend, and she locked herself inside the refrigerator on one episode. And that's how I learned that you ain't supposed to put yourself inside the refrigerator because they was playing hide and seek. So I mean, maybe
I learned from that episode.
You remember that episode? Like, I was like, oh my god, they had to give us CPR.
Like, you won't be able to get out.
Yeah. Yo, so I mean, the shows like that, I mean, I'm not saying that this is equal at all, but I'm saying like, I guess we are pushed forward a certain, I don't know. I can say
no. I hear what you're saying because that era of television.
Period. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and not just in just the series, but in the cartoons. Like we watched G.I. Joe, where every day G.I. Joe at the end of their show would break down a value, a moral value. Hey, hey, be Joe, be Joe, Joe, go Joe. You know what I'm saying? So you would come out of these things like it would teach you life lessons of how to be better as an individual. And that's why, again, I love the Little House on the Prairie because it showed a time where this was what was going on, and there were still good in people and values that no matter where you live, it's something that can be sustainable and something that anybody could gravitate to. And I think that a lot of the shows now are just more about entertainment. There's not really that moral fiber that is present in those things. So when am I mad that there's black people in the show? No. What I'm saying is the representation of said black people in this time, like in the middle of nowhere is just like, it's kind of like, do I believe, is it believable? Is there a believable? Like, get me to the part where I'm like, you telling the other white people, hey, stop being mad at that man for being black. He's just a human being, and we shouldn't treat people like that. You don't even give me that opportunity because we're in this fantasy realm of, yeah.
Let me ask you this, Todd. Do they address it, or is it just, does nobody ever even refer?
Said nothing. Look. Matter of fact, look. So I'm gonna run it down to you what happened real quick. They're on their way to the prairie. They're going across the river. The horse and carriage that they're in, going across the river, get stuck in the middle of the river on a rock, and they almost drown. But they get out, they pull a joint over. His wife, Mr. Ingles' wife, winds up getting cutting her hand, falling and cutting her hand, as she ran off into the woods to throw up because she's pregnant. She falls. Here comes black man on a horse, pulls up. Hey, I'm a doctor. Let me take a look at it. And she lets them take a look at it. Mr. Ingles comes up. Really appreciate you, doc. Oh yeah, I'm the doctor in the town. Yeah, welcome to the town. Blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? They fast forward a little bit. They get to the town. They pull up to the town. They go into the store. The lady that owns the store is a black woman. They go and they get all of their stuff, and they get up to the register. And she's like, "You want to start a line of credit?" She was like, "Nah." She was like, "Well, it's gonna be this amount." And then Miss Ingles is like, "All right, well, put back the bacon, the sugar, the eggs, put it back." So the whole purpose of that interaction is to show that the Ingles came to the town broke. It was poor. It was poor white folk, and so they, like everybody else in the town, operating. They, like, first of all, in the old Little House on the Prairie, black people wasn't there, no ownership. You ain't owning no store, and we ain't about
okay. Well, let me ask you this: how much of this is less? First of all, I'm with you on preferring that they show the conflict that comes with being black in that era, no matter what part of the country you in. Let's not pretend like it's not. Because we in Montana, people wasn't like that. At this time period, I mean, maybe if we're talking like the late 1900s, but I don't need what this is, like the 1800s. This is like when,
this
you know what I'm saying, like the 13 colonies and shit.
This is right. This is to give you this is when all of the men were promised land ownership, and they were just going out, settling, going out different places all over the United States, and just, this is where I'm gonna lay my hat. This is my land. So now you just go get owner. You just go sign ownership tags. So this is post. We just moved the Indians out. Now moving all of the white settlers in. This is where we are. This is like it.
The 1600s.
Yes.
So this is a time where slavery was pretty prominent, because we didn't have a war until 1800s.
Yeah, these are homesteaders. Yeah, these are homesteaders, stuff like that. So yeah.
So the point is hella valid. Yeah, I can't say nothing after that. I ain't gonna lie, that takes away the whole conversation, because the time period was relevant. Because I was gonna say, is it less in this world that we live in today in 2026? People can write whatever fiction, if this is fiction, they want. And in their world now, the new normal has smart black people in it from the get.
Yeah.
That's our new normal. Like, we ain't even gonna make a big deal out of that. It's kind of like when we watch. I watch this show. Me and Yaz watch the Shrinking, right? And there's like a gay dude on there who has a child through like a surrogate, which my boy Nick, I don't know if you my boy Nick, his wife did that. I don't know if I told you that, but she.
No, you didn't. But
it's
I know
crazy.
Like
That's wild. Like just give your anyway. But good on her. Good on her because she did what she was right. At least that's what I understand. Maybe that didn't happen. I don't know. But so now it's common. Like where there was a time like remember Three's Company and Bosom Buddies, like all that was taboo. Like for there to be like that type of. So there's a realm in which these things, you see kissing and there's so much dick randomly on screen nowadays. That wasn't always the case. You know what I'm saying? So there's a new normal being set, and as to whether or not we reject it or accept it, I understand. I do have one thing I want to say since we talk about shows that we watched. I actually loved this adaptation of Avatar.
I was hoping you were going to say it. I'm not done with it. I'm on episode 2.
Oh
man, you got a journey.
Oh my God!
I'm trying. Listen. I'm trying, man.
I understand.
It's really good. It's really good.
It really does. Is it perfect? Fuck no. Of course, it's never going to be perfect. It's never going to suit everybody.
Azula is a fucking problem, yo. Everything about her is awesome.
Yeah.
Everything about her is awesome.
Yeah.
The moment she hits him with the fucking blue flame. And then the lightning comes from her finger. I'm like, this is what I needed to see. I needed her to just come in with this energy on this straight goon. Fuck you. Fuck my brother.
Yeah.
Fuck my grandfather. Yo, fuck all of y'all. You two kill each other. I'm out.
Yo, she kills this role. Yes. She owns this role. Like for real in real time. Like honestly, she steals the show a little bit. I don't know, Ty, if you agree with me on that.
No. I 100% believe that between her and Toph, because Toph pulls up. Once Toph pulls up, Toph for about 3 estrategies, Toph is in her bag, nigga. She is in her bag. But yes, Azula is like she's formidable. She's strategic. She's brilliant. She is Arya. She is literally Arya. She is literally.
I don't know about that.
No. In terms of
from a nobility standpoint.
In terms of being a girl, being able to outdo the boy that is destined to be emperor, king. Like she like when it comes to fighting, when it comes to doing like coming up with the plans, when it comes to following through with her plan. Man, Zuko ain't got nothing on her. Nothing. Not absolutely nothing. No. Like he don't shine a light to her. That's why I called her Arya, is because she's the one that should have been. But because she's a girl, she's always kind of overlooked.
She's the female Ramsey.
She's overlooked.
What? Whoa, that's the female Ramsey. That's not a compliment.
Ramsey.
Yeah. Ramsey Bolton.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, because like
this man could command an army. This man could lead. Ramsey Bolton was a really mean person, but he was extremely successful when it came to battle. He was extremely successful, and that's why he was so well revered by his father. He's like, listen, I know you crazy, but you really killed the fuck out those niggas. Like that was some impressive shit. Yeah,
he's been. Only reason I wouldn't compare her and to Ramsey is because she would have been Ramsey if. Well, damn, you can't. Never mind. Never mind. And I forgot you're on episode 2. Never mind. All right. So I was about to go into. Go into spoilers, but let's keep
it's good. It's nice to. That's how we know you like something. If you like, nah, don't tell me nothing.
Yeah, I ain't gonna tell you. I'm definitely not gonna tell you because this.
But that I do just want to throw that out there that I was extremely. Now, did you watch the show?
I love this show. Matter of fact, I had all of my children sit down and watch the original show from beginning to end.
Nuh-uh. You had them sit down and watch it.
Yeah.
You indoctrinated.
I felt like Avatar was one of those shows where it actually had good life lessons embedded in it in today's society, because we talked about how shows would do that back in the day. But today, so many people and so many companies have ulterior motives that I don't align with, that I have to be very selective. Avatar actually has so many positive life lessons about acceptance, looking at other people's differences, looking past them, seeing people's potential, believing in yourself, all these things that I want, values that I want my kids to have. I was like, look, this is a safe one. Let's sit down and let me make sure that you're attracted to shows and themes like this. Let's do this together. I'm gonna watch it with you. And it's a contemporary show. I haven't seen a show like this since like maybe Animaniacs. Animaniacs was very brilliant with how low key it was teaching children amazingly intelligent things, STEM, incredibly educational things that I still use today.
Animaniacs?
Yeah,
with
Animaniacs.
Wacko, Yakko, and Dot.
With Wacko, Yakko, and Dot, they sat here and they taught me how to every country on a world map and how to sing it in a song. They sat here and they taught me how to read the ingredients on a cereal in the ice cream box and look for the things that are dangerous and look for the things that are positive. They taught me there's so many things that they did in Animaniacs, low key brilliant. Like,
he's not wrong. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. They would in their songs, if you listen to when they would go into those songs and stuff like that, they would talk about anything. They would talk about gasoline. They would talk about the stuff in your food. They would talk about just
the
like
solar system, the environment,
things that was going on, companies that were being they were he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Now, one thing I will kind of expound off of what he said in terms of Avatar, this is the correct way that I wish when we did all black shows that we would operate, because the way that they're operating on Avatar, everybody's not from Korea, everybody's not from Japan, everybody they literally are inclusive of anybody that is of Asian descent. So that means that like if you grew up in Hawaii or you grew up in China or you grew up in wherever, they have if you notice, this is entirely an Asian film. This is all Asian, all everything.
North and South Asian.
And
right?
North, yes.
Because the Water Tribe, you notice they a little tan. Yeah, they a little tan compared to everybody.
Yeah, a little Alaskan now up in there. Got some Alaskan. You got some. You got the people. You got Cambodia. You got them from everywhere. Like I said, you got the Tongan side of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like all of that with the So they, but what I'm saying is, they include all aspects of that race, and by doing so, you're inclusive of everybody, not sitting there spotlighting one specific group, and that's why I think, and nobody's talking about it. Nobody's over here like arguing about, oh, they didn't use all Koreans, or oh, they didn't use this. They got darker, lighter. No, it's not. It's none of that. Like, and that's
I want to call bullshit on the argument, because there's a difference. There's a completely different tale to be told with the fact that this is not one that's based on their specific Asian heritage. In fact, for all of them, in Avatar: The Last Airbender, did they declare the air tribe, the water bending tribe, any of them, did they declare them Chinese or Japanese or Korean or any of those actual nationalities? No. So we don't know what they are. So we can kind of push in place, like you saw from the movie. What's his name? M. Night Shyamalan. He had the Native American. He had actual Indian people that looked like him as the firebending tribe. You know what I'm saying? So in the other movie,
that was his interpretation of inclusion. That you just proved the point. They're inclusive.
Yeah,
my point is they can do that because there aren't preconceived notions as to what complexions these folks are supposed to be. When you have the complex history that Black people have, and then you have
that's not how Avatar does it. Yeah. Avatar doesn't do it by like that. It does it by cultural things. So you'll see behavioral things. So like, look at the Kyoshi warriors, right? What country do you think they from? What country you think they represent?
Japan.
Take a guess.
Okay. Do you have any ambiguity on what culture that represents? Now, do they outright say all of them are Japanese? Do all of them even look Japanese? No. But every once in a while, they'll have a group that represents an aspect of Asian culture that a person of Asian descent can attach to. So it's being so inclusive that it's actually a melting pot of the culture, and you're finding your different things that you can attach to here.
And that's what I'm speaking to. That's what I'm speaking to. Is that
I hear you. I hear you on the cultural aspect, but my point is, and I would dare to say that we may not be privy to it, but I bet you somewhere lurking in some section, somebody saying that, hey, this, they got a chick that's not Japanese, but we're not going to go that deep into it. We don't, like Kugler said, we don't make movies for people that are permanently on the internet, right? Yeah. I'm not even trying to justify the what it is that you're speaking against. All I'm saying is that the reason why it's different is because of the complex history and the history. Like, remember when what's Black Widow? What's my girl name?
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson played. Something. Remember when she played in Ghost in the Shell?
Hold on. I just realized something. We don't have no Asian people here.
I mean, I'm just making the comparison. But
I'm gonna shut the fuck up. This is not. I gotta shut the fuck up. That's it. No, it's not that it's not my fight. It's that I don't have the perspective to talk about this as if I'm of that culture. And somebody from that culture should talk about what they want, not me try to project what I think they want. So I need to shut the fuck up. I can't speak
to the Asian culture part, but it was prefaced by, I wish that Black people could do it like this. And I was speaking on the reason why Black people haven't. And even though I agree, it would be nice, there's a reason why folks have their guard up. And it's because of what we've seen take place in the past in terms of folks trying to rewrite history.
Listen. I'm gonna stop you because the focus when it comes to us has to do primarily with complexions. And what I'm saying is, from a cultural standpoint, what I'm saying is, from a cultural standpoint, Black people exist on all of these different spaces as Black people, whether they're African, whether they're Afro-Latina, whether they're African American, whether they're whatever. What I'm talking about is the cultural aspect. You mentioned you mentioned in terms of the air tribe, and do they specifically? Well, they live in the mountains in the coldest regions of the country. And they all are bald, which is indicative of if we doing that, of the Buddhist temples that thrive in those regions of that plain.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
So whether or not I'm specifically naming a group and I'm saying, hey, they're from, my point is they have all of these different shades of the same type of race. So the Asian community, whether they derive from their Asian descendants from Hawaii, the northeast, the east, northern Asians, all of that. I'm saying that they are able to do a show that is more indicative of culture rather than just specifically tint. And that's what I'm saying. Like that's where my argument is. And that's why I said I wish us as Black people could adopt these values rather than worrying about the complexion of a person, regardless of their standing in a thing. And I understand Hollywood has made this argument. Also, not our predecessors, but our slave masters also created this same divisiveness in terms of how we look upon each other in terms of complexity, of complexion, not complexity. But this is why I said that culturally, if we adopted the cultural values of this show to whatever it is, the project that we want to put together that has an array of Black people, then it wouldn't be such a big deal when you wind up having, say, an Amanda Steinberg playing the role of a Black person who she actually is, just because she's a little light skinned. I'm not saying that that's what the argument is from the author of the book, but I'm saying that that is an argument that we have within our amongst ourselves more often than not when it in terms of these projects. So that's why I was saying, like, I love to see what I'm seeing, because there's a whole array of different Asian ancestry going on this show. Like I said, you see what's her name? What's the old girl's name right there? I can't remember her name. That's
Katara.
Mandalore.
Katara is clearly from an Alaskan tribe of some sort. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like, so yeah. So
I think I looked it up. I think she might actually have Native American. I think, you know, we feel.
I thought she was I thought she was Filipino. I don't know why.
Everybody on the show has some type of Asian descent in their background. So
but I mean, look, we look, when we watched Supercell, that was an array of Black people. You know what I'm saying? Granted, being with British accents, they were an array. So we're capable of doing so. I think that the issues come when it comes to people who have preconceived notions of what they should look like. Exactly. And that's when or when it's historically completely inaccurate, you know, and it's happened on a reverse scale as well. I remember folks coming at Chadwick Boseman, believe it or not, because he wasn't light enough to play Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall. So it's an interesting topic that does, unfortunately, due to our fucked up history in the United States, is gonna circumvent for years to come. But we don't have to dwell on it here. So you know, because you know, I know it gets a little tired. But to circle back to my original point, the show is really good.
Yes.
I mean, I thought it was really good. There's going to be some moments when you're like, yeah, all right, the CGI maybe you could have bumped up.
There was definitely some CGI moments.
Yeah, you could have been like, yeah. But the way, like, there were a couple specific moments that I recall thinking before, you know, whatever transpires, that I was like, yo, if they do this right here, yo, I'm gonna lose my shit, right? And sure enough, yo, I was like, oh, yo, yes, yo. And it's so crazy because I feel like if I tell you, it'll spoil it. But we all know what happens, but you just don't know what they're going to put in this season.
So not even just what I don't know what they're going to put in this season, because they cut out a lot of stuff, right? Not everything from the show gets adapted. The show had the cartoon had a lot of time to breathe. That one was still doing like 20 something episodes a season. So with them doing 6-7 episodes a season, I gotta see what stays, what gets cut. You know, there's so much stuff I would have loved to see them stay with. I would have loved them see them stay with the Northern Water Tribe a little bit longer. I would have loved them stay in the Earth Kingdom a little bit longer. But the show is moving fast. Everything with Zuko is moving fast.
It's moving. I feel like I like the pace of it. I think it's paced well. I think it's paced well. It's like I told them, and I don't know if you was here when I said that I like the fact, and you're on the second episode. You finished the second episode, so
I finished.
If you watch the animated series, and you know that Aang had a thing for Katara, and the fact that Aang is now a little bit more in his development stage, you know, as he's going through puberty, obviously, you know what I'm saying?
It's weird.
His voicing changed a little. Hey, words, you know. So now it makes sense for before the way that he's depicted in the animated series. I told him, I was like, it looked because like she was like clearly taller than him and was older than him, but now at least they see eye to eye. At least they on the same, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like this actually makes a little more sense than it did in the animated series, the way he's depicted, and with them going through hormonal shit and all of that. So This is a top. I damn near want to get this like 10, like a 10, like on Rotten Tomatoes. Like I damn near am feeling it that much. Like for real. Like I
don't know about 10, but
it's. I mean, it's done that well. I was really impressed. With it. Seriously.
No, it's really good.
I'll leave it at that, though.
It's definitely really good. And like I said, once Toph enters the chat, that girl is killing it. She's killing her role. She talks her shit. She's not afraid to speak her mind, and I love it. You know what I'm saying, like, I love it. I love it. Man.
It feels like I don't want to say perfect, but the really close to perfect blend of fan service with actual good adaptation. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't miss out on the things that if you're an Avatar diehard fan, that you gotta have in place. Oh, she gotta have her hair like this. You know, her eyes gotta look like that. She gotta be, mean. He gotta be a certain way. Juco. I almost called him Juco. Zuko gotta be a certain. His hair his scar gotta. So they stay true to those elements, but they also throw in some nuance to kind of kick the story along a little bit. But the fight scenes are dope. Okay, I mean, no, they're not bloody and shit, but for some PG shit, you know what I'm saying? It's dope.
I'm glad it's not.
Yeah, for some PG shit, it's dope. And I gotta give it the recommendation. I'd recommend.
Might be one of the best castings I've ever seen, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Zuko looks the part. Katara looks the part. Aang looks the part. Toph looks the part. Yeah. Everybody looks the part. Yo, Zuko looks the part. Everybody whoever was in charge of casting, they need an award because this is one of the best castings. All of and one of the characters I love the most on the show because it's like his depth in acting is Zuko's uncle. Like
General Iroh.
Oh my God, Zuko's uncle, the guy who plays General Iroh.
Yeah, the dude from Mandalorian.
Yo, he is top tier with his acting. Every time he gets you in your feels. Like when he starts to get there,
that's in line with what I said too. Like if you watch the animated series, man. And you need to hurry, and
man. So we can
at some point, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, finish that shit, man. Because you should have been talking about that.
I'm working on it.
So wow. And Daniel Day, is that his name? Daniel Day
Lewis?
Daniel Day Kim,
right?
His name
Fire Lord.
Yeah, the one that's Fire Lord.
He does this thing.
Oh man,
from Lost, the dude from Lost.
Yeah, like I said, the casting, everybody. There's not one person on this show that does not embody the characters that they are playing. Like they like, I'm like, wow.
Yeah. Well, I guess it don't really matter, but the dude who played Danny Putin's character, the dude who plays the inventor guy, but it don't matter. It's all well done.
I love it.
Done. But yeah, man, let me go ahead and get this. Wow. Appreciate y'all, man. Spread love from to your land. We gonna see you in the future, man. As we always say, be authentic yourself. If you ain't yourself, you being fake and honoring that. And if you a thug,
if you a thug.
I was looking at the Thug Deficit joint, and I guess my mind.
Edison.
If you a thug, go ahead and let that thug flag fly. I don't know.
This is Thug Magnificent telling everybody to tune in to New Blurred Order, my nigga. The best podcast on the planet Earth, nigga.